is up there, everybody? Citrus Aviation here for yet another video, and welcome to massive unboxing number 10. This will be the biggest massive unboxing ever in YouTube history, and there will be sections of it, and we'll have timestamps in the description down below, so if there's some parts that you want to watch, you can watch them down below. But before I get started, I want to thank Red River Aviation for partly inspiring this video. He partly inspired my massive unboxings, and now he's inspired this biggest unboxing I've ever done, because he did a huge one, massive unboxing 16. It was a fantastic video, and now I'm doing kind of my own variant of models I've collected over the last 3 or 4 months. We're going to start off the most recent ones from the time that this recording is starting. Today is the 31st of December 2021, so Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to y'all. But my brother bought some surprise airplanes for me for Christmas. The last one arrived today, so let's unbox them and see what they are. He bought these for me, and I don't know what they are, so let's see what they are. According to him, we don't have them in the collection yet, so let's get started with opening this. We're going to start here with whatever this plane is. Is this like in a shoe box or something? Oh, it's a box in another box. That's funny. Oh, there. Let's open this up. Now, considering the types of models that my brother loves in particular, I'm going to guess that these are probably going to be some retro models, so maybe older style planes, things like that. But they also are models that fit in my collection era and criteria. I fit in the people who collect 2000s to modern aircraft. But I'm going to guess these are probably going to be more in the line of 2000s era aircraft, considering that those are his favorite models. So let's take a look and see what this is. But, so, he actually did buy a good portion of the models early on in our collection for the past few years. But some of the more recent ones, I've mostly just been buying those. But he did come back this Christmas like he did last Christmas. He bought me 3 models last Christmas. He bought me the United 752 NG models and the blue tulip with winglets. He bought me a Northwest CRJ-200 NG200, and he bought me a Gemini 200 Northwest A320. So with that being said, let's see what the first one of these is. Got more wrapping. It's a Gemini jet, I think. Oh, it's a regional jet. It's a Scandinavian, not Scandinavian. It's a Delta Silver Soleil CRJ-700. I think I know what model this is, because I think I saw this listed on eBay about 3 weeks ago. I think this guy was selling a bunch of older Delta models, if I remember. But this is one of them, Silver Soleil CRJ-700. This is a model I've kind of always wanted. This one's in the Delta Colors Motion livery, but it also has the Silver Soleil or whatever titles those are there. And this plane is really cool. What year is this? This is a 2007 model. Okay, so this is one of the first years they did the CRJ molds. So let's take a look at this model real quick, because this is really cool. Now, I knew he was going to go with retro 2000s, but let's take a look. CRJ-700. Wow, look at that. I love that plane. Look at how beautiful it is. That's really beautiful. Alright, put this over here, and then let's unbox the next 2, and let's see what goodies he has for us there. Alright, next up we got the second model. This one feels really lightweight. Did he buy me all regional jets? That would be one of the things that he would do. He loves to fly on regional jets. So, let's take a look and see what we have here. So the first one was a 2000s era model, as I predicted. Let's see what this one is. Alright, let's take a look at this. Oh, it's in this box here. Oh, it's another regional jet. It's another Delta. Wait, is this the United? I think, is this that United CRJ-200? It's the 145. Wow. That's a really cool plane. Okay, this is a model that was really cool. I've kind of always wanted. So, let's take a look. This probably wasn't cheap either. My brother just told me that the 700 was 70 bucks, so it's about what it cost. This one, what year is this one? Is this also an 07? They made a lot of regional jets there late in the 2000s. I think, yeah, 2006. So they were making a lot of models in the 2000s, kind of like they are right now. They kind of had a renaissance recently with releases in 2021, making a lot of regional jets. which a lot of people want to see. So good job, Gemini Jets. Please keep that up. All right, 135. United Airlines is the blue tulip livery. I want to be super careful because I think this is going to pop. Alright, there we go. Look at that. Oh yeah, this is the old models where they would put that little like nose cone piece there. There she is. Beautiful blue tulip plane. Continues to expand the blue tulip collection. So very nice addition. I think most of these were out of like Washington Dulles and maybe Denver. But I suspect they were out of Chicago too. But anyway, still, very cool model. And we have a third one coming too. Alright, next we have the third model. This feels like a wide body. I'm going to make the prediction right now. This is a United 777, either blue tulip or battleship gray. Probably blue tulip if I had to guess. But let's find out. Alright, let's take a look at this. Wide boy. Oh, it's a Gemini 2. Oh! It's a Gemini 200 Airbus 319. Look at that. Wow, I was not expecting this. What kind of deal did you get on this one? Now that's super awesome. Gemini 200, they have a good Airbus mold. The Airbus mold for Gemini 200 is not bad. This is the new livery 319. That looks super awesome. Let's open this. I was not expecting him to get me any newer planes. So wow, that's pretty safe. It's got the POS tripod stand that nobody likes. I'll get a proper stand for it. But here's the plane. United Airlines. Airbus 319. That is super cool. Let's get all three of them out and take a close look at them. Starting here at the CRJ-200, with it, we have the cockpit windows, the Atlantic Southeast Airlines titles, Delta connection tiles, the Silver Survey or whatever kind of tiles those are. There's the bin 1 up front. We have an overwing emergency exit. We have the exit path, which is actually fairly decently detailed and accurate to the real 700. The winglets are accurately painted with the kind of tiny colors motion thing there. Got your bin number 2. Got registration on here, which is hard to see, but it's there. And then there's the tail section, which looks really nice. It will now pull up the ERJ-145 from United Airlines. Over to the 145 for United. This is an express jet plane, if I'm correct. You see that little red line there on the gear door? That tells the tug driver how far you can turn. You can't turn the plane beyond the red line or else you break the sear pin and you can damage the landing gear. But we got the weird looking cockpit area and nose cone, which has always looked kind of weird on the Gemini Jets 145 mold. But there you can see the operated by Express Jet titles there on the bottom. United Express titles, overwing emergency exit. You have the registration and the tail section. It's kind of hard to see the bin doors. Does this model even have bin door details? It kind of looks like they weren't putting bin door details on this. Now it might be here and I just can't see them. I don't see them on here. Anywho, there is the beautiful blue tulip tail, which of course was the best United livery ever. So those are those two models, and let's move on to the beautiful. This is my favorite of the bunch, easily. The Airbus 319. So I walk these Airbuses now as Delta's finally bringing them in to Des Moines. So I can talk about some of the details on here. In fact, I'm actually going to take one of the pieces of the tripod stand out so that I can show you some of these details here. Alright, so we're starting with the cockpit windows and the nose cone area. The nose cone has always kind of looked a little bit weird on the Gemini Jets bus. I don't know. It just kind of looks a bit off. Over here, you see this here, this silver area with the red bracket around it. That's a static port. And there's another one right here. Both static ports on these airplanes are heated, so if you actually touch them, it really hurts a lot. See, connecting people, uniting the world, the new United Airlines slogan. The L1 door, Star Alliance titles. We have our antenna. We have the United Airlines titles, which are the new billboard titles. There is the emergency exit over the door. Fun fact, those emergency exit windows actually have shades on them, so you can lower the shades on them. Whereas with some aircraft, particularly regional jets, you cannot lower the shades on the emergency exit door windows. We have our IAE engines, and this one is equipped with IAE engines. This one is, I believe, on the form of China Southern A319s. I believe it's the first that United received, and then they painted it in the new livery. There is the winglet, which it would be really cool if Gemini just starts adding static ports. Sorry, not static ports, but if they start adding the static wicks. There would be 4 on this winglet here. And then going back, we have another antenna, 3 more antennas, 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom, and our SATCOM box, the registration, which I believe is 876 Uniform Alpha. And then we have our L2 door, which is usually used to be accessed by catering. And then we have our United tail, which looks really nice. I really like how the silver pinstripe, well, not the silver, but the blue pinstripe and the gray underbelly just kind of swoops along with the aircraft. That looks really nice, particularly on the Airbus. On the other side, we have many of the same details. However, there is a forward loading door right here for bins 1 and 2. Bin 1 starts at the very front of the loading door and goes to the very back. Bin 2 starts back of the loading door, goes right to about here where there's a fuel tank behind it. We have our static ports here. Interesting enough, there is a couple of details missing on this model. On the underside, in front of the landing gear doors, there should be a power port connection here, and then a connection for maintenance. However, they do have the A319 tiles written there, and they have the nose gear doors, which that is at least shown. Let me see if it shows some of the other underside details that I've worked on. So on the underside, it has the vents here, which are used to ventilate. We have these are inlets, and these are pressure relief valves. Got a main gear doors here, stand. We got the anti-collision light. We got another vent there. There's quite a few of these vents on the underside of the plane. Something that is missing right about here, there should be a port to have the external air connected. So Gemini Jets is missing some underside details, so things that should be added to the model. Over here we have the rear cargo bin door. So there are 2 more bins back here. The rear bin section is larger than the forward bin section. Bin number 3 starts right about here and ends right about here. Bin 4 starts here and goes all the way back to about here, so it's pretty big. You can see here, this is a fuel dump valve. This is where, well, not fuel dump, but a fuel drain valve, so excess fuel drains out of here. We have an antenna, and then on the underside there should be an access for the lav service panel. Let's see if that's down here. Actually, that is so. Right there. There is our lav service access panel right there. And this is an instruction thing. So on the side of all bins, they actually have an instruction thing on the mainline aircraft on how to walk them. So yeah, it's really cool. Anyway, these Airbuses are super nice planes. And I've just spent a ton of time just talking about this one plane because I walk on it. It's a really cool aircraft. It's one of the most commonly used aircraft in the world, particularly Airbuses. An Airbus A320 is basically an A319 that's bigger. An A321 does have some more peculiar differences from A319, 18, and 20. But the A318 to A320 are very similar aircraft when it comes to walking them. The A321 has some interesting differences. But yeah, that is it for this section of Massive Unboxing 10. The Christmas models that my brother gave me. So next we will do many more models for Massive Unboxing 10. It is now January the 1st, 2021, and we are about to get a snowstorm coming in here, our first blizzard of the year. So while we wait for the snowstorm to come in, why not unbox some models? And we have 3 boxes today, continuing in this Massive Unboxing number 10. We're going to have quite a few of these. This will be the last portion of this video, probably taken from the old location. Next section you'll see in the brand new location, which will have some awesome lighting. It will be its own entire room just for planes. It'll be awesome. Anyway, let's get started here with this box that came in from the Panda Models, and they have shipped us the August releases. Yes, these go all the way back to August of 2021. We have some August releases all the way up to, there'll be, I think, even the December, January releases might be in here, who knows. But yeah, we'll have a ton of releases, about, 6 months worth of planes or something like that. But yeah, there should be 4 planes in here. And I'm sure y'all remember the awesome release set that we got in August of 2021. And that there are some planes in here that I was interested in. And one plane in particular, I bought a few duplicates of. So let's take a look at them. Alright, so in here, see right off the rip, we have the Southwest Lone Star 1 by Gemini Jets. We have a packing notice. We have the Southwest Max 8. We have the Astrojet. Oh, well, look at that. Yeah, it looks like this is a Gemini Kits model once again. Let's see, is the Astrojet good? Well, I mean, the Max 8. Max 8 looks pretty good. Alright. Max 8 is good, and then we have the plane that I've been waiting for. The Gemini 200 CRJ-900. Delta Airlines, of course. Now that the packing slip is out, let's open these models. We'll just move the tripod up here a little closer. Here we have the Delta Connection CRJ-900. I can't tell you how hyped I am to open this because I have walked this exact plane. In fact, it was the very first plane I ever walked. It was so cool. I think I hooked up the power on it or something, but I don't remember exactly what I did. But it was the first plane I walked on when I was doing my ramp class, and it was so cool. This plane is awesome. Look at this. Anyway, let's open her up. You can see the wolfless tripod stand that should not be used under any circumstances. There is the plane. Look at that. Looks so good. Alright, let's pull her out of the box. I did buy a few of these. I bought 6. I think I would end up receiving 5 or 6. But there's the 900. And then let's get the other 3. Southwest Lone Star 1. I also have the Panda variant of this ready to be unboxed. So far this looks like it is intact. Gemini Jets 700s don't usually have QC issues except for that famous zinc rot one. Here we have the 700. Everything looks to be intact. Yep, looks like we should be good here. Max 8 for American Airlines. I'm looking forward to opening the Southwest Max 8 that I got as well. Could be a good plane. And of course that United Max 8 is coming as well from the December-January set. So far, everything's good. American Max 8, we have our antennas. No bottom antennas, but of course they aren't putting bottom antennas on some of their planes for whatever reason. So that's the Max 8. And then our Gemini Kits model, Gemini Jets 400, the Skymarks 400. Oh, there's the horizontal stabilizer. Some assembly might be required on this one. Let's take a look. Oh, well, a lot of assembly will be required on this one right here. Let's see, what else is broken? We do have our antennas in place, I think. Yeah, there are no antennas on the bottom, so our 2 top antennas are in place. But some extra assembly will be acquired with this aeroplane. Take a look at the details of this model. We have the CRJ-900 operated by SkyWest. You can see the fleet number right there on the nose gear door. There should be a little red line saying where you can and cannot turn the tow bar and the tug, so that I don't see that here, so that appears to be a detail missing. The front detail though on this side is accurate. Operated by SkyWest. You can see the fleet number just above the gear door as well. You can see the Delta Connection titles. We have our beacon lights, forward antennas, 3 of them. There are the bin doors, 1 and 2. Some details that are missing from the front, right in the front section, right around here. There should be 3 additional antennas. 1 is a hot water drain. That should actually be right about here. There is a fuel drain valve that is missing, and then there is a third antenna which is missing from the front. Gemini Jets, do better. I do highly criticize these models because these are the high-end 1/200 ones, so the ultimate details are expected. I really like how they put the 4 lights here. There's 2 underneath the doors, then 1 right here, another there. Super good detail with that. We'll put in those details there. The wing detail is excellent, as to be expected on a Gemini 200 model. And I like how it has the edge here that is straight at the back, as the real CRJ-900s actually are straight edged right at the back. There is some more details missing back here though. Right here, there should be a potable water indoor thing that you can put potable water on board. You see bin 3 is detailed. And then also in the back there are 3 antennas that are missing. We have our fuel drain valve, our hot water disposal, and then there's another that is missing. The engine detail is good. You can see our registration, November 8210 kilo. Tail section detail is outstanding. A lot of great details here, including APU inlet detail. It does appear as if the air start door is missing. That is not shown on this model. On the other side, basically the same thing. But up front, there are 3 more little hatches that are missing. There is an oxygen resupply hatch. There is a comms hatch that's missing. And then there is a power hatch that's missing. It should be right around the landing gear door, and I do not see them. Maybe they're there, but I don't see them. I don't think they are there. And then on this side, in the forward section, we are missing a lav service panel, a potable water service panel. Here, we are missing 2 fuel door service panels. This would be right there. And then we are missing a lav service panel door right here. All those details are missing for this model. But other than that, this model is outstanding and a great detail. You can see the landing gear distance is correct on this one. And of course, the horizontal stabilizer detail is at the right angle. It's actually nice and level. Wow, Gemini Jets, good job actually getting it right for once. Alright, let's take a look at Lone Star 1, the Gemini 400 variant. Here we have this plane, super nicely detailed. The cockpit windows are still sloping downward, I think, on this one. Let's take a look. Yeah, they are still sloping down a little bit. But we have the Lone Star 1 titles, the big start front. We have the details on the fuselage, registration. Gorgeous plane. Overall, most of the details are here. And Gemini Jets, for whatever reason, decided they don't want to put antennas on the bottom of their planes anymore. I guess they're too cheap or something, I don't know. But they decided not to put details on here, so this one just has 1 antenna. Yeah, it does just have 1 antenna. Well, oh well. Anyway, mostly that's a good plane. But next up we have the MAX 8, American Airlines. Now this one's actually pretty decently detailed and fairly accurate. On this one, the nose still looks a little bit weird. You can see how kind of pointy it is, which is kind of weird. Yes, it's supposed to have like those flatter sides, but it's not really supposed to be quite that pointy. It's kind of weird. L1 door American Airlines titles. The engines are actually quite well detailed on this plane. Pretty good. The wing and winglet details are actually pretty accurate. If anything, these winglets are actually raked out more. So maybe they're just not raked out enough. But overall, really good detail. The antenna, SATCOM box detail is good. The color kind of looks, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell in this line. This isn't the best lighting. At some point I'll get my American planes together and we'll take a look. But the tail looks good. Overall, the MAX mold for Gemini is actually fairly decent. Got a baggage door details in the correct locations. But yeah, overall, good looking model. It could probably be better, but it's still decent. And then over here, we have this catastrophe. We have our Gemini Kits 400 model here. You can see some assembly is required. This model is super detailed overall, but I mean, this is what you need to see. You know, the Gemini Kits model, that's what everybody wants to see. But yeah, this is not really acceptable quality from Gemini Jets. So I'm not really going to take a closer look at it for now. I will re-glue this, and then at my new location, I'll show you what it looks like. But yeah, overall, it's a bit of a disappointment. I do have the NG variant coming as well. I did pre-order this when it was brand new, and then I saw people getting it damaged. I was like, yeah, mine's going to come damaged too. And so yeah, here it is. Well, I have the new Gemini Jets release. However, at the time this plane was released in August, this model came up for sale. It is the OG Gemini 200 CRJ-900 release. Let me clean up these peanuts real quick. So here is the plane. I bought this off of eBay for a really good deal. I was able to buy it for just $100, which is a pretty good deal. So here's the plane itself. Here's the box. As you can see, it does have a little bit of box wear from the collector, but of course that is to be expected. So let's open this one. It's got the good old black foam. I love this old foam. This foam is cool. And there's the plane itself. You can see the stand piece missing. Oh no, it's in there. Yeah, it's in there. Alright. Alright, let's take this one out. Let's see how much different this one is. Well, first off, I can tell the colors are not as bright on this plane, just from looking at it right away. Alrighty, here is the plane itself. Let me just bring over the new release. Correction, it says CRJ-900 on nose gear, not the fleet number. The fleet number is right there on top of the landing gear. And then here we have the old version, which sits just a bit lower than the new one. And it does not have anything written on the nose gear door, which was correct for these Calm Air aircraft. Now this one is basically detailed the same, that's operated by Calm Air. You can see some of the front windows are covered up. This is actually correct for some of these Delta Connection CRJ-900. They have the front windows, and then as shown here, the back window covered up. This is November 679 Charlie Alpha, a plane that I think I walked on before. Oh, cool! This one actually has the fuel drain valve detail here. It is still missing the other two drain valves. Does the new one show that detail? No, the new one does not have that detail. So either mine, that detail broke off, or is they're just not putting on the models. Lazy Gemini jets. The color though on this one, oh, we got something to talk about here. Here's the color of the new one. That's right. What is this dull shade? Look at that. The new one, the color is so much better. That old one, the color and the shade is just so dull. So that is something that the new one is way better at. So yeah, really good job by Gemini Jets on both these planes. They're both incredible. Wow. I'm so happy. I have now every single Gemini Jets Delta CRJ-900 release ever made. At least one of them. There will be more of these CRJ-900 showing up in the unboxing coming up soon as well. Next up, we have a box from our friends over at DG Pilot. I have had a great experience shopping with them. I visited the store in November and bought some planes from them. Some of them had to be shipped in a box, such as this one right here, but some I bought in the store. So we're going to start with the models I had to have shipped, and then we will take a look at the ones I bought at the new place. So let's get started here with this box. It's a pretty decent sized box. There should be, I want to say, about 6 to 8 planes in here, something like that. A decent number. These are mostly the Gemini Jets September releases, but there are a few other very interesting planes in here. Alright, so let's get started. Oh, we got tons of packing peanuts. We're gonna start with this one, which is the Southwest Max 8 from Gemini Jets. So this plane, very well wrapped. I don't know, that doesn't, I don't know if that's a good sound or not. There's that. We have, oh yes. Oh, this one's super cool. We have our invoice. We have the Gemini Jets Atlas AL747-400 Interactive Series. I'm really excited to see how this is. We have the Gemini 200 American Airlines CRJ-900. And here is a surprise model. I thought this had sold out a long time ago, but this is the Hopper Antonov AN225. I believe this is a recent re-release, because I saw a bunch of retailers recently have had these. And so I decided to buy one. And yeah, this plane is heavy. I've always wanted this plane just because of how cool it is. And so I decided to pick it up. This box even opens like a Gemini Jet, so you can open it with the flap, and there it is. This plane is huge. This is the largest airplane in the world, and I have a model from Hopper, 1/4 scale. These are usually pretty expensive. I believe this is MSRP for about $80 or something like that, but I did get a good deal during the Black Friday sales that DG Pilot had, so I picked this up as well with my September releases. Here we have the UPS 757-200. This is a September release as well. Great airplane. Gemini Jets 757 mold is very solid, so shouldn't have any issues. Here we have the Gemini Jets Delta Spirit Airbus A350. This is the employee appreciation livery, and someone who walks the ramp for Delta. I am very happy to have this plane. And then the final plane in the box is the Gemini 200 Southwest Max 8. Now this is a defective model that they got in the store, and then they sold it to me. They offer a bunch of defective models that they sell at a huge discount, and so they had 3 that I could choose from because a bunch of these came damaged, as you'll see here in a moment. But I was able to pick one of them, and I was like, you know, I want this one. It was a really good price. I was able to pick this up for $60, which is a really good deal for a Gemini 200 model in the current era. Alright, so let's start with the Max 8. So this one did come defective. See, it's tripod stand, but we'll take a look at what is wrong with the plane here in just a second. You can see here's a note about buying defective models from DG Pilot. They always do a great job, and the thing is, you do have to buy them knowing that they are defective, but they give you a great deal. I believe it's a 25% discount, something like that. So here's the plane. Tons of wrapping on it. That's always good to see. And you can see what the issue is, and this apparently is an issue that happened with a lot of these Southwest Max 8s. You can see the wing fairing there to the engine just snapped, sealed right off. So this will be not that difficult of a fix for me because of where the sear happened. I picked this one of the 3 because this looks to be the easiest to fix. But yeah, that's that model. I will not be taking a close detailed look at it until I fix it, which will be here soon. But anyway, that's that model. Another great experience buying from DG Pilot. I've always had good experience buying through their store, and so yeah, I highly recommend them if you're looking for model airplanes. Next up, we have the CRJ-900 by Gemini 200. Another September release. Quite a few September releases in here. Here we have the small garbage tripod stand once again. Now this one from pictures showed a really weird color, and right now I'm seeing that color looks quite weird. Let's take this model out of the packaging. Hopefully this color isn't ruining the model, but right now it does look kind of weird in this lighting. So it's got this like metallic finish that looks really strange. But overall, same model as the Delta CR9. You can see the angle and the horizontal stabilizer is fine. The gears are sewn properly. This is a much improved model over the 1400 variant. That color, that metallic color, is weird looking. I wish Gemini just would go back to just using the gray, because that is more accurate than this metallic-y, silvery color thing. Yes, the actual American livery does have a metallic look to it, but it's more of a metallic gray and not necessarily metallic silver, which, I don't know, it just looks weird on this model. Alright, so here we go. We have the nose cone, which some people complained is not correct. However, from what I can tell, this is actually basically perfect. You can see it even shows a little bit of a ridge here where the cockpit windows are. This is basically about as good as Gemini Jets could have made the CRJ-900 nose to look. And as someone who has worked on basically every single one, the Delta fleet, this is accurate. The nose gear doors, you can see this is a PSA one, it's operated by PSA. L1 door, have the American Eagle titles. We got our One World logo there. The antennas got our anti-collision light on the bottom, beacon light on the top. Technically these are both beacon lights, but they do have proper names. This mold looks very good. You can see here once again we got some of those details missing as far as extra doors. And I did take a look at the nose, and it does actually show 2 of the 3 hatches on the front. You can see 4 little streaks there. Those are the latches for the power door and the oxygen door. Actually no, because those are higher up, there is the oxygen door and the speaking to the pilot door. So there's a little hatch we connect up the power cord from the tug to talk to the pilots when pushing. But yeah, overall, this is a pretty decent model. Wing detail is outstanding, about as good as it could get. Overall, this is a really good model. And so it's missing some details. This one has the that little drain valve. So my Delta might have actually just came defective. But anyway, detail on this one is really good. It's still missing about 5 antennas, but overall, it's a pretty decent model and a great addition to the collection. Alrighty, we're going to do this model here, and then the rest we'll do at my new location. But here we have the Hopper Antonov AN225. This is the largest airplane in the world. Take a look at that. It almost takes up the entire box. So this is, I want to see what release this is. This is a foam package. So it's a lot like some of those NG Models 400 models. Now, from my experience, for what I've heard, Hopper models aren't quite as high quality in 1/400 as some other brands. But this model, it's presenting pretty well, and I've seen people like Aviation 18 get it, and I'm really excited to get it myself. So far it's packaged quite well. And here is the plane itself. Just look at how massive that thing is. Bigger than an A380, wider wingspan, larger. It's pretty big. Alright, how do I take this thing out? This might be a challenge. I'm gonna guess from the tail section. Yeah, that seems a bit fragile. Alright, there we go. You gotta take it from the middle. Oh, that thing's heavy. Oh, huge. Look at it. Wow. So we're now taking a look at the world's largest airplane. Here's the nose. Fun fact, I counted the wheels. There are 36 wheels and tires on this aircraft. And a fun fact is that the nose gear can actually like tilt forward and let the nose shrink down, like lower, so that it can allow for easier loading and unloading. The cockpit windows up there, it is so high up, it is almost a triple-decker airplane. Just think of how big that is, because you can see the main cabin door there, which is all the way down there. It's almost tall enough to have 3 decks. You can see it says International Air Transporter up there, up top, and then there's some writing information. You can see you have landing taxi lights up here. NACA dots are actually right there on the high wing. But this airplane has 6 engines in real life. There's the wingtip with the red navigation light. The 36 wheels. You can see there's a door up there as well with what appears to be an emergency exit sign. This is based off a 2008 livery. So they have repainted it since then with a yellow and blue stripe on it. But this still looks really good. At some point I might get that, but I like this. The registration. And of course, here we have the gigantic tail section, which I'm going to have to zoom out for. Look at that dual tail section. This aircraft was built to carry the Soviet space shuttle. It's supposed to go like right here, right down the middle with those 2 humps there in the back. But still, such a cool airplane. And it is used for cargo missions around the world to carry very large and unique items. Like they will carry very large generators at times. And all sorts of interesting things. So very cool airplane. Great model by Hopper. The quality on this is actually really good. There's not too many plastic parts. I believe the gears are still plastic, but overall, pretty decent model. The wheels do roll. They kind of squeak a bit, but they do actually roll. Not that that matters to me, because I'm just going to have it sit. But very cool airplane. And so yeah, next we should be moving on to my new location. Alright, next section of the unboxing, we have the models I promised a retailer that I would open first before any other models here at the new location. And these are some models from Funny Airplane Models. I believe they're all used, but there's some really good ones in here, so let's take a look at them. Alright, and here we go. We got some airplanes in here. We got some very cool planes. I've opened it from the bottom, but there's still good. First off, we have the Delta Boeing 757-200 in the 1980s widget livery. It's a great model. There's one of these on display at the Delta Flight Museum. We have the United Express CRJ-200. This one's in the blue tulip livery, one I've been looking for a long time. We have another CRJ-200 in the US Airways Express livery. This is the white livery. In here we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700. This is the first release with, I believe, out the Southwest.com winglets back from 2004. There were 2 they made, one with Southwest.com winglets and one without. I believe this one has the one without. We'll take a look though. We have the Waffle Collectibles exclusive, Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700. November 250 November Whiskey. I've seen this aircraft in real life, and it's a really cool plane. This is what their boxes that they've been doing for Waffle Collectibles. They've done 4 or 5 of these now. Most have been Southwest, the United one too. So this is another great model. I was finally able to pick this one up, as I was not able to pre-order it when it was new. And finally, this one is super cool. A McDonnell Douglas MD-80 for American. This is the Dragon Wings model. They made 2 registrations of this, and it's not really shown which rig it is, but this one's a cool plane. I'm excited to open it. Alright, let's get started with the Delta Boeing 757-200. This one has kind of a somewhat destroyed box, but I mean, it's a used model. I think I got a really good deal on it for like 22 bucks or something like that, so I can't complain too much. It doesn't want to come out. Alright, here it is. And of course they have that little nose piece they used to put on the Gemini models back in the day. And here is the plane. What a beauty she is. Next up, we got the Southwest Boeing 737-700. This one is the new Panda exclusive. There it is. This color, from what I remember from seeing pictures of it, is better than the first release Panda exclusive, and about the same as the second Panda exclusive release that RM did with the split scimitars. There's a piece of plastic, and here is the plane itself. Very beautiful looking model. Next, we got another Southwest model. This is one of the first Gemini Jet 737-700s they ever released for Southwest. And here it is, Canyon Blue livery. Look at that beauty right there. Of course, it has a little felt and this little nose piece once again. Yeah, this one does not have the Southwest.com winglets. Move to a plane that I am super excited about, the McDonnell Douglas MD-82 American Airlines from Dragon Wings. Now, at least you open them from the top and the bottom. Of course, it has the typical Dragon Wing stand, and of course, the model is what we're really here for. This is the good stuff right here. Look at how shiny that is. Wow. I want to pull out super carefully. Wow. Look at how shiny she is. Amazing plane. Alright, moving to the regional jets. Here we have the CRJ-200 US Airways. This one looks incredible. Very tiny model. The Gemini Jets 100 CRJ-200 mold does have some issues, but overall it's pretty decent. And of course it has a little nose piece even on this release because it's an older release. There's the model. And then the final model from Funny Airplane Models is this United Express CRJ-200. This is an old release, 2005, about the same time that other US Airways one was made. So let's open this up. I'll now have a United Express CRJ-200 in every livery they had them in Balsa Gray, Blue Tulip, a United Continental, and Evo Blue. There's the model. No covering art this time. But yeah, another great looking model right there. And in addition, if you would like to buy from the Funny Airplane Model store, I do have a 10% discount code if you use code Citrus Aviation. This is a sponsored code, but I'm really happy to provide the opportunity for people to get deals on model airplanes. Alright, taking a look at some of the details of the models. Here we have the Delta 757-200. You can see the classic widget nose there, followed by the Delta titles, the L1, L2 doors, the engines, which have the Delta widget on it as well, and then we also go down to the main gear, which seem to be pretty decently detailed, and street goes down with the Delta widget on the back. This is fairly simple livery, but I love this classic livery. It's just a nice livery right here. And then we got the Panda exclusive Southwest Boeing 737-700. This is basically the same as the one they have from the RM model store, but this one has the standard winglets, and the color appears to be more accurate on this model. Next up, we got the Gemini Jets 737-700. This is on the original Gemini 737 mold. You can see it's pretty nice, but of course no Southwest.com on the winglets. but it does have the Southwest Com on the tail, and of course in the best Southwest livery, which is of course Canyon Blue. Then we have a model I'm really excited for, the McDonnell Douglas MD-82. This one has the black nose, as you can see right there. As you would have seen this aircraft up to about 2010 when they started repainting the black nose into more of a gray nose. You can see the American titles there, the L1 door. This little extension in front of the main doors, which I'm not sure what it's for, and I've never been able to find out. The main wings, which are plastic, and the horizontal stabilizers on this one are a little bit weak, but the metal is super nice. You can see it kind of wants to flap around a little bit. The registration is 473 Alpha Alpha, a plane I saw in Nashville, and I believe I saw this. This was one of the last MDAs I saw in Nashville, and then I believe I also saw this in Raleigh somewhere too as well. But very cool airplane. I'm super happy to have this in the collection. The next entry is the very tiny US Airways CRJ-200. These planes are actually tiny when it comes to commercial airliners. They're based off the Bombardier Challenger platform, but a passenger variant of it. And of course, they're not great aircraft. But there you can see it's a CRJ-200 US Airways titles. There appears to be something written just behind the L1 door, above the windows. I'm not sure what that is. Registration, engine detail, and of course the tail section. And then finally we have the United Blue Tulip CRJ-200, another incredible model that looks really good. Basically the same as the other one. I'm going through these fairly quickly because I got a ton of models to go through and want to show them to you all. And eventually I do want to get back to doing model reviews. So stay tuned because I actually have a plan for when I'm going to do that. Next box we have is from Prairie Diecast, which is the other store that I have a 10% discount with, which is also Citrus Aviation. So if you want to get 10% discount from Prairie Diecast, they got a lot of great models, including some exclusive Panda models for you Canadian collectors. Go check them out. But yeah, we got some awesome models in here, and once again I'm going to open the box from the bottom side because I do not want to sew my dress. And here we go. We got some fantastic models in here, starting off with the Delta Airbus 350. And we got a few more. We should have, I believe, 6 planes in here. And we do. We got the rare Phoenix Models KLM MD-11. We got an fully intact Delta Airbus 350 from Gemini Jets. I have one that's not fully intact, but this one should be all the way good. We got the NG Models United 757-200. Her art here. This one is the New York one. And we have the same model, but the California one. We got the SkyWest CRJ, well not CRJ, ERJ-175. This one is in the Honoring Those Who Serve. And along with the 739 I have coming from Funny Airplane Models, that will complete my Honoring Those Who Serve collection. And finally, we have a UPS Boeing 767. This one is a standard 300 without winglets. I've been looking for this one for a long time because going to airports like Des Moines, we mostly get the standard non-wingleted one. We do get the wingleted one at times, but I wanted to get this one for the to get that diversity up with the wingleted and non-wingleted ones. Alright, so start with the models. We're going to unbox this UPS 763 first. This is a really old Gemini release, and actually, let me take a look at what year this was. There's no marking on here as to when this was released, but I'm going to guess, taking a look at the artwork, this was probably sometime around 2005 or 2007 when they had the Gemini Jets 2 branding. Box has seen some wear. Also, the stand has disappeared from this model too, but I did get a good deal on it. I think it was about $22 for this one, which is a pretty good deal considering this model is fairly rare. This one has no antennas, but it does not have rolling gear either. So this appears to be one of those ones that are sold on the UPS company store in most likelihood. Next, I'm really excited to open the Her Art Here models. These were released in April 2019 from Gemini Jets, and I've wanted to get these planes for a long time. I think 2019. No, sorry, April 2020. this and the other one. Let me put them both side by side so you can see the box art. Again, NG Models does a great job doing these box arts where they do two models and they make the box art similar for each plane. It's incredible how they do it. But yeah, let's open these. I'm really excited to get them. I have the Gemini one of the California version, but I've always wanted the NG one because I know that version is superior. So here's the NG one. Of course, this one had the controversy around it with the models not being properly licensed, which, to be honest, most model airplanes aren't. So this plane looks beautiful. This one has the Scimitar wing, and NG did a fantastic job on it. And then we have the New York one here, which is also an incredible model. Also with the Scimitar winglets, beautiful plane. Let's go for the SkyWest E-175 next. Alaska Airlines in the Honoring Those Who Serve livery. This one is an awesome airplane and a great cause as well, honoring veterans who lay down their life to give you your freedoms. Here is the plane. Of course, it has the geometry wing set, which Gemini just thinks that's what ERJs look like. Only if you look at them from the ground they look like that, Gemini Jets, you stupid piece of. Next, we got the Delta Airbus 350. This is the Gemini Jets one. This should be the second one. 2018 release, the second one they made. And this one has the antennas on it this time. This is 502 Delta November. They can see the antennas and SATCOM box on it. I have one that didn't have antennas on it. Didn't quite realize that at the time when I bought it, but it was still a good deal, so I am going to keep it. But yeah, this one has all the antennas and such that's supposed to have on it. 502 Delta November, which is, interestingly enough, I got the Delta Spirit one, which is the same registration, but the Delta Spirit titles on the nose, which we'll take a look at here soon. And then the final plane is one I really wanted for a long time. Another release of the KLM MD-11. Now, I have PH-KCB from Gemini Jets, which is the rare 2014 one, the one that's extremely valuable. And this is a Phoenix Models one, which also is very valuable. Now, I did pay a decent amount of money for this one, but I think considering the model, I got a good deal. I think this was about 80 bucks, but considering what they go for, not as much as what they could be. Interesting, they put their nose piece on this like a Gemini. And there it is, Phoenix MD-11 mold. First time trying this out. This is PH-KCI instead of KCB, which was the Gemini Jets one. This one looks fantastic. The details look a bit sharper on this than the Gemini Jets one. Yeah, they're a bit sharper, but still, the Gemini Jets one is probably still one of my favorites. Wow, looking forward to doing the in-close view of this one. But wow, there's some great details. You can see some neck dot details there, some inlet details. The details on the horizontal stabilizer are fantastic, and there's these ridges here for the comm antennas, as there should be. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the details of this model. Here we have the nose cone, the L1 and the L2 door with the Delta titles. Got our forward antenna, which is actually on this model. We have our main engine detail there, and we have our main gears, which I believe they should tilt. It's kind of hard to tell if they do or don't. But you can see in the second antenna, L3 door, got a SATCOM box, L4 door. The winglets do have the Delta widget on them. And of course we have the Delta widget on the tail. Beautiful model. Another fantastic model by Gemini Jets. The A350 mold truly is outstanding, and in my opinion the JC Slant Gemini A350 mold is the best mold out there. I do apologize for the snowblower noises in the background. It literally did just snow, and so they're currently trying to clear the snow out so that we can actually do some walking around and drive on the road. Next up, we got the Phoenix Models KLM MD-11 PHKCI. Here we have the typical MD-11 details, the front L1 door and the L2 door. It looks like the L1 door is much smaller, so did they only board with the L2 door on this aircraft? Someone please let me know. KLM titles, first class section in the front. You can see this little section with on-tin windows is where things like, I believe the crew rest was there. You have your kitchen, or what we call galley on aircraft, and some restrooms. L2 door. Got your engines, which were pretty tiny, and this is one of the things that put this aircraft out of business very quickly, was that it was a 3-engine wide-body airliner built at this time. when the 777 existed. So basically the 777 immediately killed the MD-11. L3 door, you got your beautiful winglet, classic winglet with the MD-11 KLM, gorgeous airplane. Got the tri-engine. One thing I'm really impressed by the Phoenix models, Rosin, is all the detail on that horizontal stabilizer area. Take a look at all that, all the details on the engine and such. Very nicely detailed aircraft. Another detail I want to say is on the front here. There's a couple raised sections here. Oh, well, not raised, but inlet sections where there's some inlets on the MD-11. Super nicely detailed airplane overall. So this Phoenix variant is really nice. All metal aircraft too. Quite a nice airplane. And yeah, the Phoenix MD-11 model is pretty underrated in my opinion. I will compare it to my Giantjet one at some point. And yeah, great model. Next we have a Giantjet UPS 767-300. This is in the old livery. However, it is still a pretty nice model. It basically is like their standard 767. However, this appears to be a somewhat older release. I can't tell exactly when this was made, but probably I want to say 2013, 2012, sometime around there. Someone could probably let me know in the comments, but great model. We have some basic details because it's a cargo variant. There aren't quite as many details on this aircraft because it's not a passenger aircraft. It is made for somewhat different duty. We got our L1 door here. There doesn't appear to be that much main. There's a main cargo door detail, but it's kind of hidden with all the writing. Basic fuselage here. The wing detail is pretty good. Landing gear appears to be the older 767 landing gear. UPS titles. Fairly basic model, but it's what I need. I don't need anything super special, and it was only 22 bucks. So, great model, and thanks to Massive Unboxing 10, my UPS collection will finally be complete. I have the 763 here, and there's a 752 coming very soon that you'll get to see in the next part of the unboxing. Next up, we got the NG models right here, and this one, I believe, is the California one. Has the sunglasses on the front. You can see that. I love how the detail is on this plane. You see the full sunglasses there on both sides. Really cool from the nose. Really cool. Designer did a great job with this model. With this livery, I should say. And of course, NG did a great job putting it on the model. The United titles, you can see there is the sulfine. I believe that represents some of the water coming into some of the beautiful sulfine areas there on like the Santa Monica beaches and some of the other places in California. Got some palm trees showing the new color palette for United Airlines. We got the Scimitar winglets. These increase the fuel efficiency of the Boeing 757. We have our engines. I believe these are the, I want to say Rolls-Royce engines. But they're either the Rolls-Royce RB211s or Pratt & Whitney. We have a SATCOM box. We have the Golden Gate Bridge. And then we have, I believe these are supposed to be some of the mountains in the Bay Area. And then we have the United title, the United tail. Very beautiful. And the other side is a mirror match. Really beautiful. And the next one, very similar, is the right here, New York. This one's another beautiful aircraft. As you can tell, there's one of the really cool things I love about this is the L1 door is shown as a farm door, such as what you might see in upstate New York from like a barn or something like that. It's a door of a farm, like a farm door. Really cool. I'm used to those. I've seen a bunch of them around in this area. Really beautiful. Showing some of the landscape of upstate New York. And of course, you have New York City here with some of the famous landmarks on the tail section. Basically the same details, but another gorgeous model by NG Models. Really excellent job making this aircraft look as accurate as it should. Another aircraft I really like is this next one, which is the Honoring Those Who Serve CRJ-170. This is an Alaska Airlines aircraft. And of course, it's a very small aircraft, the CRJ-170. It's about a 70-pack plane. And this one has the geometric wings here, where it has like this ridiculous angle to them. The real ERJ-175 does not have that angle to the wings. You can see that's just stupidly way off. And I walk on ERJs on a very regular basis, so I I know that's not correct. But you can see there is the Honoring Those Who Serve emblem there up front. We have, it says Honoring Those Who Serve on the aircraft. We got a beautiful red stripe and then a beautiful like navy blue color there. What often military will call their blues uniform for their formal uniforms. Has some gold around the engines. It's a really beautiful livery, really well thought out, and a great addition. This is a Gemini Jets model, and overall the model's pretty good. Gemini Jets did a good job, but they always have some sort of QC issues, such as this aircraft looking like it's already in flight, even though it's supposed to be shown as being on the ground. Alright, so now we're going to unbox the models from DG Pilot. I have all of them here with the exception of the Cobra 737, the American 737 Chrome, which is getting its own special video because of how crappy that model is, and the jet bridges and Gemini Jets GSC, which I bought separately as well. I bought quite a few items from DG Pilot, so yeah, let's take a look at all of them here. The Chrome 737 is just a bad model because Gemini Jets did a really bad job making it. Of course, I bought them all knowing it was damaged, but I made a separate video on it just because of how funny it is and kind of the hilarious situation around that model. Anyway, we're going to get started here with two models I had to pre-order that were not in stock yet. We have the Hawaiian 787, and we have the Qatar Airways Airbus 350. I'm also just remembering now I didn't bring my Air Canada 787, which I also got from them, but I'll bring those here soon. This is my new property, and so I haven't moved all the models over. But yeah, here we have the Hawaiian 789. We'll open this one first. Beautiful box art, by the way, as we take a look at it. Gorgeous job by NG Models. Did a fantastic job making this beautiful plane. I love how NG uses styrofoam for their models, and then they put the plastic on top of that. Really good job protecting the models. And here it is right now, taken out of the package. No SATCOM box on this, it would appear. But wow, look at that. It looks so good. Smells so fresh. What a great plane. The Qatar A350 is also a really nicely designed box as well. Simpler than the Hawaiian, but I think that matches the Qatar Airways branding pretty well. This one appears to have everything intact, as I have had some issues with some A350s not coming like how they're supposed to. This one does appear to have all the antennas and the SATCOM box on it. That looks real nice right there. That looks so pretty. Fortunately, DG Pilot does inspect all the models before they send them out, and so I would expect to have no issues with the store sending a model that's broken. That Hawaiian Air was from the August 2021 set, and the Qatar was from the September 2021 set. Speaking of September 2021 sets, I have the Gemini Jets September 2021 releases. The Delta Airbus 350 flaps down in the Delta Spirit livery. The Interactive Series Atlas Air 747. The Southwest 737 MAX 8. And the UPS 757-200. I also picked up the Southern Air 777F with flaps down as well, but that will be coming in a future order from DG Pilot. So let's take a look at these. We're going to start with the Bus 350. Open that up right away, because this is a cool model for Delta employees. Now yes, I don't work directly for Delta, I work for a contractor, which is ironically owned by Delta, but this is a really cool plane to celebrate and dedicate a special plane for Delta employees, something that Delta has done in the past, and it's really cool that they're doing it again. This one is on SIP 3502, which is November 502 Delta November, the same one as that Gemini Jets one that I have from 2018, but this one just has the Delta Spirit titles on the nose. You can see I have the other Delta A350 in the background there. That one is also 502, but without the Delta Spirit titles. Next, we have the Interactive Series 747. This will be my first Interactive Series in 1:400 scale. Now, my Interactive Series experience with the 1/200 scale was not that great, so let's see how it is here in a 1/400 scale. So, once again, there are all the parts here for the Interactive Series. These are for the sides, and then we have the nose cone here. Now, the nose, from my experience, not too bad to deal with. It's these side pieces that are kind of the pain in the butt. But let's take the model out of the packaging anyway. Take a look at it. Typical 747 cradle from Gemini jets, except you got these extra pieces. Now let's take the model out first. The model itself looks pretty good. Yeah. And you can take off the nose pretty easily. That's just a magnet, like they should have done with the other pieces, Gemini jets. But yeah, just a little magnet in there, and it comes out pretty simply. It has got a low deck, all that sort of details. Pretty decently detailed. And this one fits on pretty decently on the nose, at least. Yeah. So I think I'll probably get more of the Interactive Series 747s. Because of the issues I've had with these, I'm probably not going to take off the doors on the side. Although it looks like there's a little hole here where you can just use the little piece you can get with it to take them off. So that's an improvement over the 1/200 ones, because the 1/200 ones did not come with that. So that should make it easier to take off. This is the new 747 mold. Wow, that mold looks really good. I'm just taking a look at the mold. Atlas AR. Wow, this looks amazing. So far, the new JC Wings Slant Gemini Jet 747 mold looks fantastic. So I'll be very happy to get some more. The model also comes with this removal tool right in here, which is very important for removing the little pieces. So we'll take a look at that here when we look at the details of the model. Next up, we have the UPS 757-200. This model is another outstanding plane. So you can see that's what it looks like in the cradle. Now this one is really cool because it kind of looks similar to the 767 without winglets, because the two aircraft are very similar and were developed at the same time. Now this one will go very nicely with my UPS 763 without winglets. Now this one has the newer worldwide Celsius titles. But yeah, should be a good model as well. And then we have the Max 8 here, which is the third release, a highly anticipated model. And this is my second Southwest Max. Really glad to add it to the collection. I do have a deal currently down to buy a second release Max as well, so we'll have all of them. Looks really good. All the antennas are intact like they should be. Taking a look at the details on the models, we're starting here with the NG ones. Here we have the Hawaiian 789 with the L1 door. Hawaiian titles is something they're written next to the L1, L2 door, which I'm not sure what it is. I'm sure someone in the comments could let me know. We have the Hawaiian Lave, which looks beautiful. Great job by NG showing the reflectiveness of it too, and this kind of shininess. We have the woman there on the tail, and the beautiful Hawaiian Lave, and the color scheme Hawaiian Airlines, which is gorgeous. Another fantastic model from NG. And then we will move on to the Airbus 350, which is next in line. This is a gorgeous aircraft here. Bit of a higher end image for Qatar Airways. And of course they continue their livery, which they've had for about 20 or so years. And it has the Qatar titles. And here we have the gray on top of the gray, two scales of gray. The engines, which I believe are Trend 1000s. The winglets, which are just a standard maroon winglet. I'm not sure it says in Arabic there right behind Qatar Airways. I assume it says something in Arabic, maybe Qatar or some slogan. Someone could probably tell me. Oh, and also Qatar aircraft are always named as well. There's some name on the nose as well. I don't see that on here. Maybe it is. And then we have SATCOM boxes. And yes, all the antennas are on this one, and the gears do roll and all my wheels are on. So that's an improvement. Of course, it says Qatar Airways on the underside of the plane as well. And of course, it has the Qatar tail, the Flyer Qatar, and the registration. This is one of the newer A350s the Qatar has gotten. But yeah, still most of their A350s are not that old, but they have a ton of them, and some they have been getting very recently. Next, we have the Airbus 350 in the Delta Spirit titles. So you can see it says Delta Spirit, dedicated to all employees. February 12th, 2021. Keep climbing. I think it says a couple other things there, but at the gist, it is an employee appreciation unit dedicated on the 12th of February 2021, and of course has the slogan Delta Keep Climbing. Great slogan for the company. Here we have the L1 door. If you're wondering what it says next to the L1, L2 door on Delta aircraft, that shows some of the awards the airline has won. They were the most awarded airline in the United States in 2020, and they got the J.D. Power Award. They got quite a few others as well, so quite a good airline and really well rewarded. Delta titles there, got the main antenna up front. We got the Rolls-Royce, I believe, Trent 1000s. We have, once again, the Delta widget on the winglet. Very beautiful. I wish Delta would do that on more of the aircraft, but it looks so good on the A350. Got the L3 door, another antenna, SATCOM box, and another antenna. November 502 Delta November. And then, of course, the beautiful Delta widget on the tail and the APU housing detail. Really well done. And it does show the logo lights that light up the tail at nighttime. And, of course, this aircraft does feature the Delta belly. There it goes. It does want to finally focus on it. And of course, this aircraft does have the flaps down. I did opt for that. And of course, the German Jets slant JC wings flaps down. Details are incredible. Really well done. And I'm really pleased with them. Here we have the Gemini Jets UPS 757-200. This is another fantastic model. The L1 door there. And then we have the main cargo door, worldwide services, which is the newer slogan. They no longer have the other slogan, which I believe is synchronizing the world of time or something like that. And then they have the engines, which these appear to be the Rolls-Royce engines. Great model. Again, not a whole lot of details needed on this one, as this is 757. I believe this one was delivered to UPS as a cargo plane, therefore it is not a PCF, passenger converted freighter. UPS tail, and of course the registration. Of course, the 757 model from German Jets is actually pretty decent. Not quite as good as the NG Models one, but if you just need a 757, this one's actually a pretty good option. Next up, we have the Southwest MAX 8. Here we have the L1 door, the heart logo, which is beautiful. Southwest titles. It is great to see the German Jets MAX mold is actually pretty good. Oh, I just realized the antenna's facing the wrong way. I better fix that. There we go. Alright, got it on the right way. Then we have the SATCOM box, another antenna. The engines, which of course have the 7s on them. Which, by the way, that is not a new feature, Boeing. That feature has existed on a CRJ-900 for 20 years. Yes, look it up. CRJ-900s have had 7s on the engines for nearly 20 years. You can see the MAX winglets, which is new. That style winglet where, if anything, German just doesn't show the rake enough. Those winglets are extended out and angled about 45 degrees each way. But yeah, pretty decent job. These winglets do angle out quite a bit. And of course, the easiest way to tell a Southwest MAX 8 versus a non-MAX is to take a look at the ring around the SATCOM box. You can see this from the side of the plane. You'll see that white slant gray ring that goes around the SATCOM box. You can tell that. Besides the fact that it has different winglets and different engines and it sits up higher. But yeah, there is the Southwest tail and the APU housing detail, which is really nice on this model as well. Finally, we have the Atlas Air 747. I'm going to show you the model as it would be with the doors closed, and then I'll show you what it looks like with the door open. I'll show you how to open those. Alright, so here we go. We've got the nose cone, got the L1 door, we've got some windows up top where I assume the crew rest and such are. Atlas Air titles. These look amazing. Of course, I got the 747 engines. I believe these are the GE engines. Is what Atlas Air has on their aircraft. They also have their little logo, the little globe there. I believe that's supposed to be Saturn or Titan holding up the globe. We have one of the doors back here, and we have the globe title here. We have one of the doors here, and then another door back here, so you guys can see what the detail looks like. It actually looks pretty good with the doors on, not too bad, to be honest. So taking a look at all the parts you get, here are the doors, showing the corresponding doors that they match to, and on the bottom right you can see the ejection tool that you use to remove the doors from the aircraft. Removing the forward door is quite easy. You just take it off by hand. It's just a magnet, so it's quite easy to come off, except for when I want to do this demonstration. And then this one, the replacement door, has some little pieces on it. You want to be careful when you line these up because there's 4 pieces. It also doesn't want to stay in my hand very well, but there's little 4 pieces, and you guide them up to some pieces there in the nose of the aircraft, and you can just put them in that way. You do want to be careful with that, so I'm going to put the camera down and do this by hand. Once you get them in, it should look like this. The little white pieces go in the slots just below the cockpit windows, and the little silver pieces, there's little spots for them down below. Those essentially act like tensioners to help keep the door up. But that is not too difficult to put up. With all three of the side doors, you can see there's that little black hole there. You will insert the tool in there, push until the end of the tool is all the way in, and then the door will pop out. This is what it should look like when the tool is all the way in. Now this side door here to be particularly difficult to get out, so once I was able to pry with the tool to get out this far, I would then use my fingernail from the top of the door to get the rest of the door out. Like that. For both of the smaller cargo doors, I found just the pry tool itself was all that was needed to get the doors out. Putting in the doors is actually super easy. Because of the doors, there's this little tab. You just slide it into the top of the doorway and you have it in. It is the same for the other two side doors as well. I will save this portion of Massive Unboxing 10 and make it into its own separate video so y'all can watch how to properly install and remove the doors from the Interactive Series 747s, as hopefully that can help out some of y'all, because I know some people have had some difficulty removing and putting the doors in, so hopefully this video can help you out. Overall, it's pretty simple to do it once you figure out how to do it, but Gemini just doesn't really show you properly how to do it, so hopefully this video is a great tutorial for y'all. Once you do get all the doors open, the model looks gorgeous with the doors open, and you can put up a lot of GSC to the aircraft and make it look really nice. I currently do not have any proper cargo GSC, but hopefully that'll change here in the future and I can do a proper cargo GSC setup and make it look really, really nice. Fantasy Wings, you want to sponsor my channel? To my point earlier in the video how I mentioned the 757 and the 767 are so similar, here are the two aircraft parked next to each other, both non-related variants, and they do look really similar, particularly in this setup. Now I bought a total of 4 1:200 scale models from DG Pilot. The first two you can see in the special video up in the top right hand corner, where I unboxed my two largest and most expensive model aircraft ever, the Delta Spirit A350 in 1:200 scale, and the Airbridge Cargo 747-400, also in 1:200 scale. However, I also got two more aircraft that were a really good deal. This Southwest 737-700 in the Colorado 1, and this Southwest 737 MAX 8. Now this one is from the August 2021 releases, and this is from the September 2021 releases. And both these are damaged, and I bought them knowing that they were damaged. I got a good deal on both of them, and I'll show you what the issue was. Now because these are both coming damaged, I will not do a look around these models when I unbox them. I will save that for eventually whenever I hopefully do a review of them. But this one came, they put on the side of the box the issue that each of these models has, which is very nice that they do that. So that if you're in the store or if they send you some pictures of them on Instagram, something you can decide if you want to go with them or not. But anyway, let's unbox them anyway, because I do have the models here. We have the Southwest 737-700 Colorado 1. And here they do have a notice about their scratch and dent section. And they always do a good job with these, because you can get a good deal. I picked up both of these for $59, which is what you used to be able to pay MSRP for with General Jets models, believe it or not, on 1:200 scale. Here you can see on this one, the horizontal stabilizer came out. Now that should be a fairly easy fix. I should just be able to slide that back in, so that's not too big of a deal. But here is the model itself. I'm not going to go any further with this because the fact that it's damaged, I will want to repair that here in the near future. But I got a good deal on it, and so I'm very happy about that. It's an easy repair and something I can do. Now this one will be a bit more of a challenging repair, because on this one, once again, note about the damaged model. On this one, the engine is detached from the aircraft. Now, a lot of these, for whatever reason, came this way. So you can see there's the aircraft and there's an engine missing. Let me pull this. It's kind of taped in there, but part of the engine fairing came off, and so I'll have to glue that on. That'll be a little bit more challenging, but that should still be able to be something I can do. I've been able to do much more difficult repairs than that. So this is another repairable model. One nice thing about this one is it's very heavy, so you get a lot of metal for your money. And so this would be a really nice addition to the collection. Once I get it fixed, it'll look beautiful, and no one will be able to tell there was ever damaged, hopefully. So, good deals. So if you ever want some good deals on used damaged aircraft that are fixable, go check out DG Pilot's Scratch and Dent section. They have some really good deals there, and models that I am taking advantage of because you can get some good prices on them. Next model is a really cool one. Someone decided to send me a free model, which is incredible. I'll have their Instagram up here, but I really want to thank you so much for sending me the plane. But yeah, let's take a look at it. He said to open it on the side that says citrus on it, and so here it is. So let's open this up. Oh, we have a little note from him as well. He said, Dear Citrus, thank you for claiming your model. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Aviation_TUS. So I want to thank you so much for the model and for the note. That's really appreciated. And the model that he gave me is this one right here. It is the brand new release, Panda Models release, Spirit Airbus 320. Now this model is the exclusive model that was sold through the RM model store. Now I do still have one on order, so I'm not sure if I'm going to cancel that order or if I'll just have a second one, but this one is a gorgeous model and something I'm really looking forward to. When I was in Atlanta, I saw a lot of these, and I've kind of always wanted some more Spirit planes, but let's take a look at this box. We've got some information here on the back. Really nice job. The front detail looks really nice, and we got black on the sides of the box. That's a cool detail. That's something I haven't really seen too much, to have completely different color on the sides. Then of course it says Bayfair. This is the Bayfair livery, not the newer Spirit livery, which I'm not a big fan of. So yeah, let's open this one up. This one looks super nice. So far, I really am digging the RM model exclusives that he has done. He's done quite a few, and I have bought every single one. So I might just go ahead and buy and have two of these, because when I do my Atlanta videos, it is really helpful to have multiple Spirit aircraft. This will be my very first Spirit Airbus 320. No SATCOM box on this, which that is a sad detail that was missed, but this plane still looks real nice. And of course it is the classic banana bus. I mean, who could go wrong with that beautiful plane? Taking a look at some of the details of this model, you can see it has, I believe that is the aircraft type, Airbus 320 there underneath the cockpit windows. But you can see static ports, that's what those little red and silver plates are. L1 door, front antenna. We have the Spirit titles, Bayfair titles. This is the good Spirit titles. And then it says home of the Bayfair on the engine. Does it say howdy on the inside? Oh, it does not. That's actually detail missing, because the aircraft, Frontier aircraft, say howdy on the inside of their engines. Overwing escape exit. And of course, Panda Models does a great job detailing the wings. See the Spirit winglet there. I believe the standard fence tips don't really have anything written on them. And you can see it goes down to the registration, which is November 612, November Kilo. There's a couple other antennas here. I believe there's two more. Or one more. Oh yeah, there are two more. It's just kind of hard to see them. But they're both wide antennas. And of course there's an antenna on the bottom, because unlike Gemini jets, Panda Models does not miss details. It says Spirit on the tail. And you have your pretty sharp APU housing detail. The Panda Models Airbus mold is amazing. I really love the detail of the wing root as well, which is very accurate for an Airbus. Now that I've worked on these, I do know that is accurate right there. You have your door details. The compartment door 1, which goes to bin 1 and 2. And compartment door 2, which goes to bin 2, 3, and not 2, 3, and 5, but 3, 4, and 5. Bin 4 being the largest back there. You can see more details back here. Pretty good level of detail there. So yeah, oh, so it's the lab service door. That's cool. Right below the L2 door, or R2 door, that is the lab service panel. Let me see what other details on the other side. Wow. Oh, do they actually show where the air goes on here? No, they don't. the same. But they do so. It's kind of hard to sew, but they do so. Let me see if I can pull the camera out to do this. I'm gonna flip the model over real quick. They do sew a bunch of detail on the underside, but they should be here. The CRJ-200 doesn't even sew. But up right there at the front, they do sew the power door there for the bridge power and to plug in the headset for the pushback. So that's up front there. You can see a little panel there. It has a single connector that keeps it closed, a single clasp. It's like a one you open half of it and they open the other half and the panel opens, but they actually show that detail. I do not see the connector here for the air, but everything else is here. There's a stand hole. Wow, this model is really nice. I believe the other panel, so the panel further away from you, up close to the top there, that is potable water, I believe. And then we have bin doors. Super nice detail. Wow, this has a ton of accurate detail to a real Airbus 320. So, great job at Panda. Thank you so much to the RM Model Store for releasing it. And thank you so much, Aviation TUS, for actually sending me this plane for free. I really did not need this plane, but I really want to thank you so much for sending it to me anyway, because this will be a nice addition to the collection, and definitely a model I've been looking for a long time. I'm looking forward to reviewing this, but thank you so much for making this model into the massive unboxing. Thank you so much for the plane, and thank you for being a big fan of the channel. So, this is a great model as well. If you're looking to buy it, I highly recommend it. I'm sure you can find these on eBay, or maybe a couple other retailers bought some, but our model store is a great store to buy from, and I do recommend checking out his exclusives. He makes quite a few. At the time that I'm recording this, he just made the Allegiant releases, and I'll be buying those, and maybe they'll show up in this unboxing, but unlikely at this point. But we'll see. Anyway, moving on to the next plane. Next up, we have a huge box. Now this one is from the RM Model Store, and it is a gigantic box once again. And let me bring in my Emirates Airbus A380 for scale, just to give you an idea of how huge this box is. There is the A380 over there in the left corner. That's how big this box is. So this is another retailer box shipment from the RM Model Store, and we are going to open it here today. This is another retail box, and it should have another 20 airplanes in. For those of you who made a massive unboxing number 7, I had 20 airplanes in that one, and that was an RM Model Store retail box. Now there should be some more retail models in here, so let's take a look at these. We're going to have a bunch of releases. Gemini Jets June, Gemini Jets July, NG models June. We should have NG models July, and NG models August releases in here. So quite a few separate different releases. Alright, so here we go. Let's open this puppy up. I'm so excited. We should have 5 or 6 different release sets in here. And then we also have some Panda models, exclusive models in here as well. So we open this up. And I believe he packaged this like a retail box once again. So fully zoom out, take a look. Alright, here we have some smaller. These should be NG models. Oh yes. I'm very excited about a couple of these. This is one of my many NGs. I ordered. We got some more puppies. Oh, look at those. Got some previews. Actually, let's start showing you some of these. Here we have the Scandinavian Air Service Airbus A350. NG models. I believe this was from the August set, one of many I bought. Here we have the Air Canada Boeing 7879 standard livery. I wanted to get one of these, and I sold the Go Canada Go livery in Atlanta, so good pickup. Here we have one of many NG Delta 737-900s I ordered. There'll be more of these. This would be 5 in here. Alright, what's in here? We do have some Panda exclusive. Yeah. Alright, so we have the Panda exclusive Southwest 737-700 classic livery. Now this one is the first one that was retired. And this one is actually a Prairie Wings exclusive. Really good model. But I was able to order it from the RM Model store. This is one of 4 Delta 737-800s. This is 2 of 4 Delta 737-800s NG. I was able to pick up some more of them. We have the Gemini 200 American 737-800 Astrojet with the flaps down. Now this one is from the August set. One of many Gemini 200s in this box. I'm so excited. Here's some more NGs. There's more 737s. Here we have another NG 737-800, 3 of 4. Here we have a second NG 737-900, 2 of 5. Here we have a third NG Delta 737-900, 3 of 5. Alright, we have a few more in here. Here we have NG Models Delta 737-800, 4 of 4. And then this one's really excited. I ordered this one the day it came out. Heart 1. Oh, sorry, not Heart 1, but Freedom 1, Southwest Airlines. Really nice model. I ordered this when it was up for pre-order on the RM Model store. I paid shipping, everything, just bought it right away. Because I knew this was going to be a great model. I really should have probably bought 2 of these. But it's a nice plane, and I'm very happy to get mine. Next up, we have a regional jet. This should be the SkyWest. Oh, no, not the SkyWest, but the Scandinavian Air Service CRJ-900. I want to get every Gemini Jet's CRJ-900, so that's that. And then, you do see this correct. We have not 1, but 2 more Delta CRJ-900s. This should be a third one in here as well. I ordered 3 from the RM Model store. He said he was able to ship all of them, so I'm really happy about that. Next up, this should be an NG Models wide body. And it should be it is Lufthansa Airbus A350 standard livery. This is the Together Again livery. Lufthansa and you, I ordered this and the standard livery. And this is, these are the 2 Air Frances. This box is kind of destroyed, but we have the Air France new logo, 777-200ER. Air France new logo, 777-300ER. These are with the updated text on the tail. Both Phoenix models, 222, 333. These are great models. Particularly as Phoenix makes a really solid 777 mold. So I'm very happy to add these to my collection. Just taking a look inside the box here, I'm putting the flap back in for the 333. It looks fantastic. We have another NG. This one is the Japan Airlines 7879. Solid plane. I'm so excited to have this. I've been wanting a Japan Airlines model for a long time and finally have one. This would be the rest of my 737s. Yep, here they are. These are the other 2 Delta 737-900s. These would be 4 and 5, and they are. So my Delta 739 collection and Delta 738 collection should now be complete. And also another cool model, NG United CRJ-200. I had to pick this up, Blue Tulip. Earlier in this unboxing, so I unboxed the 1400 variant. Here's the 1200 variant. And these are the old Battleship Gray titles being used on the Blue Tulip box, which is kind of cool. Alright, these should be a couple of wide bodies. Actually, we got Gemini 200. We got a third CRJ-900. And then we got the SkyWest CRJ-900. So very awesome. Looks like the regular Lufthansa A350 did not come in the shipment. I have another massive retailer box that will come later, so that has a few other models in it. So yeah, those will be coming soon. Alright, so here's the total damage from this order. Now I think I ordered these back in August. Yeah, I think it was August. With the combined Gemini jets and NG models June, and we have some July and August releases in here. But yeah, great models. And actually no Julys, because I ordered those in a previous massive unboxing. I think it was massive unboxing number 8. Those appeared in. But yeah, here we have the rest of the models. And so yeah, now let's open these up. Alrighty, let's start with opening this I almost call it an Air Canada CRJ-900, but this is the Scandinavian Air Service CRJ-900. Let's get this puppy opened. This one looks to have some of the issues from previous CRJ-900s fixed, so hopefully they did fix it, and hopefully we get a re-release of the Delta and American 900, but look at that. That's a tail section that's actually correct, and the wheels are right. They actually got it. They fixed it. Look! They actually fixed the main gear. It's actually in the correct location for a 900 now. Oh, it says Scandinavian on the other side. That's cool. They got the horizontal stabilizer angle right. Wow, this is a nice model. With those issues fixed, it makes it a nice plane. Next up, we got Freedom 1 by NG Models. This would be a really nice plane. I've seen really good things about this from the people who already got theirs, and it looks to be a fabulous model. Wow, look at that. It looks just as good as it does in real life. That box is kind of smushed a little bit there. Not a bad thing if the model's fine though. That'll be okay if the model is good though. Alright. Oh, this wing's a little bit loose. But other than that, it's good. Look at that. Pretty. What a pretty, beautiful airplane. Next we have the Southwest Classic. This one is November 724 Sierra Whiskey. This was the one that was retired first. I believe this was retired in 2015 or 16. Sometime around there. Fairly early on. This one did not last a really long time. This is more of an older desert gold like it would have actually looked. Whereas most of the newer retros are more of an homage to the livery. Whereas this is really desert gold livery continuing. Once again, another fabulous model by Panda. Looks really good. I like the color on this, how it kind of has this brownish shade instead of the goldish shade they see on the retros. Next, we got our stack of Delta Airlines models. We have 4 additional 737-800s. These are to go with the one that I already have. And we have 5 737-900s. So this will make for a really nice Atlanta setup. This would be all the 737s I need. We're gonna open them all up right here. So we have the first 737-800. I'm expecting no problems here, although who knows. So far I really haven't had too many issues with the 737-800s. I had maybe 1 or 2 from NG that came broken, but generally not any issues. This one looks to be good. 737-800 number 1 is in good shape. 737-800 number 2. This one also appears to be intact. We have 737-800 number 3. Can't you believe it was all the way back in November 2020 that these were released. Wow, how time has flown by. This one looks like, yeah, it's another winner. Number 3, also good. Number 4, hopefully this one is also in great shape too. Looks good so far. Let's take out the tray and see. Yep, number 4 is good as well. Delta belly, of course. Alright, we went 4 for 4 on 737-800s. Let's see if we can go 5 for 5 on 900s and 9 for 9 on NG 737s. Well, I guess if you include Freedom 1, 10 for 10. 737-900 number 1. Now I have seen some of these have come broken, so hopefully I do not have any issues like some other people have. But let's find out. We're going to unbox these and I'm going to give you my raw reactions to them. Here's number 1. The 900 looks gorgeous. NG Models makes a beautiful 737-900 mold. This one has split scimitars. This will be nice because my Gemini Jets one that has scimitars broke, unfortunately. So there's this one. Looks good. I don't see any issues with 737-900 number 1. 737-900 number 2. This one looks to be good so far. I love the 737-900. It's a gorgeous airplane. And it solves its puppets really well. Delta belly. Number 2 is good. Number 3. Look at that beautiful airplane. I don't see anything wrong with this one so far yet either. Number 3 appears to be good as well. Number 4, 5. Let's see how this one is. There's a little bit of a scratch on the box. But as long as the model is fine, I can give it a passing grade. There's the model. Let's see. Can we go 10 for 10? This would be 9 out of 10 if this one passes. Looks to be good. Alright. We've gone 4 or 5 on 737-900s. And we have gone 9 of 10 on NG 737-800s in this unboxing. Can we make it 10 of 10? I think we can. NG Models Delta 739 number 5. Let's see if this one's good. People complain about the quality on some of these, and maybe some did have some issues, but so far, the 737s from NG have treated me very well. Yeah. We went 5 for 5. We did it! We did it! NG Models 737s are outstanding. The QC on these is fabulous. I haven't really had any issues. Just take a look at that beautiful, gorgeous lineup of Delta 737s. It's such a nice thing to see. And along with Freedom 1 over there, the QC on these is excellent, and I haven't really had any issues. So, 5 737-900s, 4 additional 737-800s added to the fleet. Not a single issue with any of them. The NG 737-800 is a really high quality mold, and one that really doesn't have any issues from what I can tell. Alright, so let's take a look at some more models. Here we have the United CRJ-200 Blue Tulip. I'm going to open this one up as well. This is a NG Models 1/200 scale release. Now they've actually made 2 of these, and this one is SIP 971, and here we go. Here it is. Beautiful livery. I've always wanted one of these in 1/200 scale. I really would like to get all these, all the liveries that United had in 1/200 scale. But here we go. We got 2 pieces of plastic on top. That's really interesting. And we have the model itself. Of course, there's a piece of plastic on the underside to prevent anything from coming out. Now, this was actually, fun fact, NG Models' first ever release was a United, well, not United, but it was the Air Canada CRJ-200s. They released 3 of them in the Jazz liveries, the green, the orange, and the red one. And so this is the oldest mold, but it's still really high quality, as you can see there. You can see some underside details with the nice ridges there. Super well done. We'll take a closer look here in a second. Next up, we have a line of 1/400 scale wide bodies. We're going to start here with this Air Canada standard livery, Boeing 787-9. The other 787 in the Go Canada Go livery will be appearing here shortly. I'll show you that a little bit later in the video. Here is the model. I like how they have the double plastic cradle and the foam. It makes this feel a little extra special, that you spent more money and you get more, and I like that. Of course, the NG 787 mold is outstanding, probably the best one. Wow, I love the Canadian maple leaf there on the underside of the aircraft. Next, we have another Boeing 787-9. This is the Japan Airlines 787-9. The box art for this is beautiful, just as the Air Canada 787 is. And eventually, when I get the Go Canada Go, I'll unbox that. I'm going to show you guys the 2 Air Canada 789 boxes, because the 2 of them together make a cool portrait. Here we have the box. It looks really good. Now this one, no foam on the underside of this one. Interesting. I want to say this one came in the same release set that the Air Canada's did, and then there was an Air New Zealand the following month. But a lot of good 787s came off NG recently, and I bought
basically all of them. The Hawaiian came out in that set too. But here it is, gorgeous model. I love Japan Airlines, just really simple white livery. Usually I don't like your whites, but Japan Airlines does it really well. Them and Air France have the best your white liveries. Another gorgeous model. I mentioned that Air France is my other favorite yellow white livery. Well, I have a couple of them. Here we have the new Air France livery, 777-300ER, and the new Air France livery, 777-200ER. Now this new livery basically just has larger Air France titles and a slight font change, but for the most part it's the same livery that we've known for a long time. And I like the fact that Air France, when they change the livery, and the same thing with KLM, is that they just change it in slight, subtle ways so that it still has the same classic livery you've known. Alright, we're going to unbox the 222 first. These are both new Phoenix releases. I want to say these were, I think, October 2021 releases. But Air France 222. I'm really happy to add these to my collection. I've been looking for an Air France 222 for a long time. So again, the new livery one I just thought made a lot of sense. And I'm going to get the new livery 333 because I do love the 333. And so I'll be able to get the new livery here, which is really awesome. The livery's not a whole lot different. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I don't mind it too much. It's something that at first I wasn't a huge fan of, but I very quickly got used to it. So here's this model. Phoenix makes an outstanding 777 mold. It's one of their best molds in my opinion. I know some people don't like it, but I think it's the best mold. One thing the box design on this model I really like is on the inside of the flap they put the registration of the aircraft, which is really cool. I'd love to see more companies do that. But yeah, these two boxes, they have some nice design on them. Let's see, does this one have it yet? 333 has it too. Foxtrot Golf Zulu November Delta is the registration for this one. 333 is really nice. The whole point was that you buy both of them. That's kind of the idea, and of course I did that. Another gorgeous mold. This one has two SATCOM boxes in the back. One nice thing with Phoenix models, more recent 777 mold, is they have more SATCOM and antenna placements than they used to, so it makes it a bit more realistic because not every airline puts their SATCOM boxes in the same spot. This model is huge. Another gorgeous mold. Really nice looking plane. Finally, for this little section, we have two Airbus A350s. We have the Scandinavian Air Service and the Lufthansa NU livery. Now, I did order an Air France, or not Air France, but Lufthansa standard livery, A350 as well. That should be coming here really soon. It'll be in my third big retailer box from RM Model Store, so stay tuned for that. That'll be in a future unboxing. But both these were in the same release set. I believe this was that really good August or September release set. I want to say August one, I think it was. But that was an outstanding release set. A lot of really good models in there, and I bought 10 total. 5 Delta 739s and 5 other planes, so it was a really good release set. Anyway, let's start by unboxing the Scandinavian Air Service Airbus A350. So fun fact, this unboxing features my first two ever Scandinavian models, that CRJ-900 and this Airbus 350. I really would like a Scandinavian Air Service old livery A330. The one that NG made is really good, so I'd like to try and hunt that down and get it at some point. But if they make a new livery one, I'll buy that too. Here we have the model. It's in the 2 plastic cradle, like how it's supposed to, in the foam. So when I pull out a model, I pull by the tail first until I can reach the fuselage, and I grab by the fuselage because that is the strongest part of the model, so you'll least likely damage it. I love the new Scandinavian titles on the underside. The airline putting their titles on the underside of the plane is a trend I really like, and I think every airline should do that. I know that my voice today in this portion of the unboxing sounds a little bit hoarse. That's mostly because I have a bit of a sore throat after going to a really awesome rock and roll concert. Next we have the Lufthansa NU Together Again livery. This is a really cool livery. Just basically, you know, welcoming people back to the skies in the Lufthansa brand. So that's really cool. Now these two, I believe the two Lufthansa boxes go together to make a really cool design. Once again, this has the silver box design that Lufthansa is branding all of model companies to use. So apparently Lufthansa has this silver branding going on, which looks really cool for a lot of the products. Again, basically the same model as the SES, but featuring the Lufthansa NWA livery. Really nice plane here as well. And we'll take a closer look at this here in just... Alrighty, taking a close look at these models. Here we have the Delta Boeing 737-800. Now this plane is the same model I've had, and I want to say I tried to do a review of it, but I never was able to record it. But anyway, it's a great model. I have shown this one in a massive unboxing before, but we're still going to take a look at copy windows, Sky Team titles, L1 door, Delta titles. There are 2 SATCOM boxes, plenty of antennas everywhere, just like there should be. I believe there are 5. I love the purple hubcaps, just like the real ones have. You have the engines, the winglets, which are just purple winglets, the registration, and of course, the tail section. The 737-900, which was I believe this was from the August 2021 set, while the 738 was from the November 2020 set. This model is also nice, most of the same details. You can see it has partial registration on the nose. I believe it says E-tops there, I'm not sure. But you can see copper windows, PO tube, SETI ports. There is the SkyTeam logo, L1 door. I don't see if it has the power of our people on the side of the door, but it should. Delta titles. We have a red antenna. Now some of these have a red and some of them have a yellow antenna. I believe this is one of the later ones, which had a red antenna. SATCOM box. Emergency exits, which there are several. Considering it's a 900, it has the extra emergency exit behind the wing. Also, the purple hubcaps on this one, skimmy-tall winglets, and then of course here we have the tail section, which looks really nice. Great plane, has the Delta belly, of course. I really like this model a lot. It's a very good representation of the actual aircraft. I just noticed another cool detail with the 2 antennas in the back. One is red and one is white, so I'm really happy that NG actually decided to show that detail. Really cool they did that. Next up we have the Scandinavian Air Service CRJ-900 with the fixed mold. Of course you have your typical CRJ details. Of course I walk on these all the time as a Delta ramper, and considering that our station is in a Dev Air maintenance base, we see a ton of CRJ-900s. However, this does appear to be a mostly accurate representation of the aircraft. You can see your bin 1 and 2 forward bins, copy windows which are accurate, L1 door, SAS titles. This color seems to be a little bit light, but I've noticed that both NG and Gemini jets do that. But it seems to be close enough to the real color. I realize that that kind of silvery gray that SAS has is a very difficult color to duplicate, as I believe it's a tri-coat paint. It's not just your standard single coat paint that most airlines have. Overwing emergency exits, which are accurate, and the wing is really good. Of course, they finally fixed the landing gear, so that's now accurate, and of course it says Scandinavian on the other side, which is really cool. The horizontal stabilizers on this model are in fact fixed, so yes, Gemini did finally fix this plane. Only too bad that they didn't fix on the models that we really wanted, but they did it eventually. Very good looking plane. Looks like the detail is basically all the same. There's the third bin there, which is pretty big and can store a lot of bags on it. We have even stuffed up to about 100 bags in the back of one of these, so it's possible to put a decent number back there, but it's a tight fit. Moving on to the Southwest planes, we have 2 specials. We have the older Classic, which this is more of what the actual Classic livery looked like. The other 2 Desert Gold Classic liveries that Southwest has are a little bit more of a stylized version of what the livery would have looked like. But this is basically what the livery actually did look like. Does it have Southwest.com on the winglets? I'm just interested to see. Might need to move the model a little bit farther away. I don't think so. It might be something to start the Canyon Blue livery. Doesn't look like it says that. But still, great model. Basically, this is what the Desert Gold livery did actually look like. And this is that retro plane. So really cool aircraft. I'm really surprised there really hasn't been a model of this plane made yet. I think L Classics did this aircraft back in like 2014 or so, but that's a very rare, an actual, I would put that in my legendary rare category. It's very hard to find that plane, but we have the Panda version, which is going to be better, So very good that people can get this one. The final, the 737s, all of which came intact, and the Panda one came intact too, but all 10 of my NG 738s and 739s came intact, and this was the last one. This is Freedom 1, which is a gorgeous livery. I love this plane. It is my favorite livery from 2021. That is kind of a spoiler for the top 10 best and worst liveries of 2021. But great livery, and NG killed it. They did such a good job replicating the flag, and they even sewed the underside detail correctly with the heart there, and the stars lined up perfectly. They did such a good job with this livery. Of course, they even did the red pylons. They did the engine correctly. It's really well done by NG. An outstanding model. Oh, I gotta do a review of this one. Moving on to some wide bodies, we have the Air Canada 7879 from NG. Very good model. This livery is still not my favorite Air Canada livery, although it is starting to grow on me. We have the mask around the cockpit windows. We have the black line on the underside. We have the maple leaf down there on the bottom. Beautiful Air Canada titles, really nicely written out. The designer did a really nice job on that. L1, L2 doors, SATCOM box, and a couple antennas. Black engines, which actually look pretty nice on this livery. And then we got the wing little tips, not really winglets, just standard white wing. And then of course 787 Dreamliner, and we got the registration. And the black tail, the Canadian maple leaf. Of course, this one does have a red Canadian maple leaf on the underside. If the camera will focus on that. So yeah, there's the underside. It looks really good. The detail on the underside of this is really nice. Next, we have the Japan Airlines 7879, which is an all yellow white livery. One of the best yellow white liveries out there. This one and Air France do it best with the all white look. Literally, it's just Japan Airlines titles. There is something by the doors. I'm not sure what that says, but probably some sort of promotional awards that they won. But it's just a white livery, registration 787, and of course the JAL logo on the tail. Really nice representation of a yellow white livery. Another great yellow white livery is the Air France livery. Here we have the Phoenix 222. Their nose kind of looks a little bit weird. And of course their landing gear is not that great of quality, but overall the mold looks really good. There's a Sky Team logo there, I believe, just behind the cockpit windows. The L1, L2 doors. The controversial new Air France titles. I don't mind these. They actually look pretty good. Of course, the GE engines, as Air France did opt for. I believe those are all GE engines there. You can see the rest of the detail. Very simple. White livery. There is a red antenna on the underside. Just seen that. Boeing 777-200ER. Of course, the registration. And the Air France tail. I believe this isn't really changed from the old livery. Maybe it is a little. But it is basically the same as the stripes that they've had on their livery for about 70 or so years. It's incredible how they barely changed it. I think they've carved the bottom of the stripes there. So you can see kind of curves forward. But other than that, basically the stripes have stayed the same since the 1950s and 40s and the early days of Air France. So definitely sticking to the heritage there. And of course we have the bigger brother, the 777-300ER. This plane is massive. Of course with the new titles, L1, L2 door, L3 door, L4 door, and L5 door. And I like how they put two SATCOM boxes back here as the real Air France 333s have. Another red antenna. And of course, basically it's the same thing, but just a 333 variant. Really nice model. I have gone on record saying that I prefer the Gemini jets, JC Wings A350 to the NG Models one. However, the NG Models one is also really nice, and as far as I can tell, outside of the Phoenix A350, which is not very good, there aren't any bad A350 models. The Gemini JC one's good, the NG one's good, as is the Aviation 400 one. So let's take a look at this NG SAS A350. Just like the Gemini Jets one, that's a little bit of a lighter color. I think this color is a bit more accurate than the Gemini one, but that's just my opinion. SAS titles. We have the doors. I love the silver engines with Scandinavian written on it, and then like the blue ring around the front. It's a very 2000s look, but I like it. We have blue winglet. Looks really nice. Of course, we have a SATCOM box in the back. I'm not exactly sure what those ribbons are there. Someone could probably tell me. I believe those are the flags for the Scandinavian countries, but I could be wrong. And there's the registration. And then we have the SAS tail. It's very simple, just says SAS is blue, but it looks pretty good. Finally, we have the Lufthansa Airbus 350. Now, there are those little yellow things by the door. I believe those are saying some of the amenities on board the aircraft. Of course, Lufthansa is using yellow instead of a major color. They use it as an accent color. So you still see the Lufthansa yellow, just not as often, which I think is a bit disappointing because I would have liked to have seen yellow on the new livery a little bit more. But it says Lufthansa and you, hashtag together again, welcoming passengers back to the skies. Although, I will say this livery has grown on me more than the newer Air Canada or Aer Lingus liveries, because it does still have a very executive look, which is something that Lufthansa has always been about. We have the crane on the winglet, which looks really beautiful. There are the L3 and L4 doors, SATCOM box, antennas, registration, and the German and European Union flags. And of course we have the new Lufthansa crane logo, which this one looks really nice. Of course, I think that the older livery is better on this one, but this livery, it's growing on me and I can see why they did it. And this livery is going to probably age pretty well. Finally, we got a 1:200 scale model look at, the NG United CRJ-200. This one looks really nice. I don't see who the operator is. It says right there, but I literally cannot read who the operator is. But it says right there under the Ford 2 windows who the operator is. CRJ-200, really cool aircraft though. See an escape hatch up front there. Of course, this aircraft does have the landing lights on the nose instead of on the gear because of how short the aircraft is. L1 door, 3 antennas, as CRJ have all of the antennas toward the front. This is just a 50 pack aircraft, so it's a pretty small one. There are emergency exits over the wing. Not really much in the way of escape paths, which is typical for this aircraft. Of course, the main gear, really small. Very difficult to put chocks on this aircraft or remove them. It is very difficult not to hit the gear doors or the underside of the wing with your head. It's kind of a pain. There are the engines. There is the single and only bin on this aircraft, which is tiny. It makes the CRJ-700 bin look huge, but it is tiny. The only space you have for bags is right by the door. That's it. Just a little cube inside there, and that's all. There's a registration, and of course the horizontal and vertical stabilizers with the beautiful blue tulip symbol there. Looks really nice. I love it how they stylized the livery after a tulip, and it looks really nice. I think they did a great job. It's still my favorite of all the United liveries. We now have 5 Gemini 200 models to unbox. So we're going to start here with this Astrojet Retro. This one has the flaps and slats extended configuration. So let's take a look at this plane. This aircraft is from the August 2021 Gemini Jets releases. Of course, we had the really disastrous tripod stand, which you should never use. Moving the white foam, which they went to the white foam over black foam, I want to say about 6-7 years ago. About 2015-16. There's the model itself. The chrome on Gemini Jets models always looks really good. These are the gear replacement doors if you want to have the gears in the up position. I like to have the gears in the down position, so I will not be using those. Here's the model itself. The first 737-800 with flaps and slats extended. Look at that, it's gorgeous. Wow, super detailed. We next have not 1, not 2, but 3 Gemini Jets Delta CRJ-900s. Now, because I've always shown this model, the new release, earlier on the unboxing, I'm just going to open these and ensure they're in good condition, and then we'll move on to the next plane. Here is one. This aircraft appears to be in good condition. I'm just going to take it out of the box real quick. Look at that. See, it's beautiful. Really nice looking plane. It is in good shape. It's good to see. Number 2. Of course, with the really junky tripod stand that no one should use. The This one also appears to be in great condition. The third and final one from this order, which this will make 4 of the 6 that I ordered. I ordered 3 from Panda Fox Toys and 3 from RM Model Store. And this one is also fully intact. So none of the Gemini Jets 200 ones have had the same quality issues the 1400 ones have. This one does have the horizontal stabilizers correctly positioned and the gear doors in the correct position. So, of course, they got the 1200 one correct and not the 1400 one. And then finally, we have this SkyWest CRJ-200. This is the 1200 variant, also from the August set. Actually, no, are these from September? I don't remember. Anyway, here's this model. This should be basically the same box it is as the CRJ-900. Just the model is a little bit smaller inside. That's basically it. But yeah, this is a really cool aircraft. So let's take a look at the Astrojet and the SkyWest CRJ-700 in close detail. So here is the SkyWest CRJ-700. Because this is a Gemini 200 model, I am going to critique the details more than I would a Gemini Jet's 400 model. Mostly because the scale is larger and the price is much more expensive. So the cockpit windows are pretty accurate. The CRJ nose detail from the Gemini Jets model is actually outstanding. This is really accurate to a real CRJ. The nose gear detail is pretty good. It does have the parcel registration, and I can't really tell from this angle, but there should be a little red line there near the back of the main gear doors, identifying the don't steer past this line indicator. So basically when you're towing or pushing an aircraft, there's a red line that tells you how far you can actually turn the wheel without breaking the steer pin or breaking any portion of the landing gear. The L1 door detail is pretty good. It does appear to even show the release lever that's used to open and close the door. Of course, we have our forward antennas. All CRJs have the antennas up front. SkyWest titles. The forward window is grayed out because usually that is used for storage. We have our beautiful blue and silver accent lines. We do have the escape hatch. And of course, the wing detail is pretty accurate. The registration. The rear bin, of course, we have, that is the fuel drain valve in the back there. Now, of course, there are 2 other antennas missing. There's a hot water exhaust port and another port which I'm not sure it's used for. But the APU housing detail is pretty accurate, as is the horizontal stabilizers. Of course, they got the gear correct on this one. And of course, the plane looks pretty amazing. So Gemini 200 did a good job with this model, much better than the 400 scale model. And of course, you can see the galley door there on the front. Alright, here we go. We have the Gemini 200 Astrojet 737-800. You can see the nose gear wheel, which does have E-tops on it and the parcel registration, as well as the correct red line to mark where you can and cannot turn the tow bar to. So here we go. The nose wheel should move a little bit. Doesn't really want to, but it does a little. It's supposed to move up to about 90 degrees each side on the 737-800. You can see it says Astrojet there under the cockpit windows. You have the black anti-reflective coating, which the whole purpose of that was to prevent glare from coming into the cockpit and reflecting on the pilot's eyes. Apparently it helped a little bit. Cockpit windows, see the Astrojet stripe actually starts blue, goes to white, and then goes to this orange, white, and blue look, which looks really nice. L1 door. You can see that little round thing almost looks like a window. 2 of them below the number 3 window. Those are actually static ports on the Boeing 737. The One World logo is right beside the L1 door. You can see it says American Airlines. Really beautiful titles there. Got our overwing emergency exits. Got the gray section. The reason why a portion of this is gray on the underside and not silver is because those are carbon composites, so it's not really a whole lot they can do. The reflective sign on this is really nice. There's an antenna and a beacon light. Again, the windward is basically entirely composite materials. You can see the flaps extended detail, which looks really nice. Particularly on the underside, take a look at that detail with the flap tracks and pylons. Looks really nice. It even shows a couple of the motorized struts, which looks really nice. Got a dual antennas there. Got main gears. Got the American flag and the registration, which I believe is 905 November. But looks really nice. L2 door back there. Got our Astrojet tail, which looks really nice, and APU housing detail. Got a couple of antennas here. I believe that's another fuel drain valve there. And we have our skid plate. One interesting thing with this model is that the wing flex on it is way too much. That is not the wing flex you would see when a 737 is on the ground. That is like a taken off wing flex. So that's definitely a detail that Gemini Jets got wrong. This angle right here really shows you how bad the wing flex is. That is not realistic for Boeing 737 on the ground at all. And it even looks like it wasn't even supposed to be this way, because you can tell the wings are bent in too. So it kind of looks like it wasn't supposed to have this much wing flex. But for whatever reason, the quality control at the factory is just terrible. Here's what the side view of the wing flex looks like. It's almost like they just decided to put the camera on the ground, take a picture of the 737, be like, yep, that's the wing flex we're going to use. Alright, next up we have the remaining models from DG Pilot Store that I picked up when I was over there. So, here they are. We have a set of Gemini Jets GSC, something that I, for whatever reason, have never picked up before, but now I have. This was also in the scratch and dent section. There was a couple of little things broken here, but for the most part, it's in great condition, so we'll take a look at that. Copa Airlines 737-800 by NG Models. This was that September release, I want to say September or October, and they made 3 of them. I ended up getting the standard winglet variant. I really would like a split screen tower variant, so if anyone has one for sale, let me know, because I want to pick it up. I'm picking these up because Copa Airlines is starting to fly to Atlanta, so I need this aircraft. I picked up 2 sets of jet bridges. We have wide body bridges here, and standard bridges right here. And then we finally have the Air Canada Go 787-9. And as I promised, here's that box with the standard Air Canada 787-9 box next to it. I really like how NG Models puts these models together, and you can make it these really cool box arts with them. And the back can also make a box art, which is really cool. Just take a look at that. That is so beautiful. Really nice job by NG. I believe you can double reverse it too, so I can do it on this side as well, which is really cool. Or I can flip them and do it like this too. So, very nice box art by NG Models. And I'm really happy to pick these 2 up. So let's take a look at the Go Canada Go, the one that I saw in Atlanta. Very awesome airplane. I'm really excited to pick this one up. I wasn't going to buy it initially, but then I saw it in Atlanta, and I was like, yep, I need to pick this up. So here's the plane itself. This will be the 4th NG Models Boeing 787-9 in this unboxing. Really nice airplane there. We next have the Copa 737-800, very nice model. Here's this one. Of course, I have not had any issues with any NG 737-800s in this unboxing. I don't expect that to change with the Copa one. This will be my 11th 737-800 in this unboxing. Everything appears to be intact, as I would expect. The jet bridges I will not open for now, because it's basically a standard jet bridge pack, and I'm going to save that for a future video when I do a future airport. But this, the GSC pack, I will open this up right now. This was in the scratch and dent section. There was a couple of issues with these. We'll take a look at them. But I've always wanted to open a Gemini Jets GSC pack. Oh, you open these from the top. Okay. Oh, well, I've kind of tore the box open a little bit there. They come with more of these stickers that you can put on your bridges, so that's really cool. But this is the 14-piece set. And 2 items they said were broken. I think they said the catering truck and the ULD loader. Let's take a look at these. Yeah, so it looks like the ULD loader is a little bit broken, but that's fine. Definitely something I can use still. Next want to take these out super carefully. There's a tow bar. This appears to be a yoke style tow bar, so probably a CRJ style tow bar, something like that. We have an air stair truck. Actually, I'm just going to try and carefully dump these onto the table. Come on, bag card. There's actually some bag cards in here, which is really cool. That Gemini just actually put bag cards in here. So here I have a little bit of a setup with this GSC, so you all can see what it looks like. I have that new Air Canada 787-9 in the Olympic livery for the Canadian team. And then we have the second pushback over here. I'm not sure why they include two pushbacks, but they did. We have our first pushback tow bar hooked up. We have the ULD loader over here. It is kind of broken, but that's fine. I got a good deal on the set considering that. And I bought it knowing it was damaged that way. But if you do that, you can actually get some good deals in store. We have the fuel truck here, fueling the 789. We have the tug with the 3 bag cards, 2 closed bag cards and an open. We have belt loader. Now usually you won't see belt loaders up to wide body aircraft, but we're just gonna do that for this scenario. And then over on the other side, we have a catering truck. Catering trucks usually will be on the first officers or port side of the aircraft. That's usually where they will be. And then we have some stairs with a couple of buses bringing passengers and crew to the plane. So that's what the setup looks like. It looks pretty good, I think. Overall, very good job by Gemini Jets, considering that's meant to be a fairly entry-level GSC set. It's actually pretty decent, and I actually really like it. Alright, this next model is a really cool plane. This is the Delta Airbus A220-100. This is the second Gemini 200 release of this plane. And I bought this aircraft from the Delta Flight Museum in Atlanta, Georgia. When I went there in September, they had some planes for sale, and I bought this one. So let's unbox it and take a look at it. So here it is, standard Gemini 200 box. Let's take a look. This is actually my very first A220-100 I've ever bought. It's a model aircraft, and so this is a 1-200 variant, Delta one of course. Stay tuned because there's a chance in a few months I might be able to fly one, maybe not, we'll see. We have the typical foam stand, and of course here we have the model itself. Now I've heard some mixed reviews about this mold, so I'm really interested to see what it looks like here in the Gemini 200 variant. Wow, this one's heavy. It is all metal. Supposedly this is a variant of the Harper mold. This one has, why is there so much lint on this? Wow. Oh, there's a ton of lint on this one. But here it is. It does have SATCOM boxes and antennas, so let's take a close look at it. Starting at the front, we have the very unique cockpit windows of this aircraft, which look really cool. Very Bombardier / Airbus looking style, as this was actually a Bombardier designed aircraft, but then sold to Airbus, and a few changes were made to it for the Airbus variant. Sky Team logo. We have the L1 door, Delta titles. We have an antenna. I'm realizing this model is very sharply made. Very nice. Got the engine detail. I really like how they have the landing lights right there on the wing root. Well, this is a very curvy design for an aircraft. Down to the standard Delta winglets. The underside, of course, has the Delta belly on it. Really nicely detailed how curvy that is. Over wing emergency exit and escape route. We have beacon light, 2 more antennas here on the top, and a SATCOM box. Registration, which is 103 Delta uniform, so the second, I believe it's the second release. I don't think they've done a third one. And there's the fleet number on the tail, and the APU housing detail. This plane looks really sharp. One interesting thing I've heard about this aircraft is that there is no steering bypass pin on it. I'm not really sure if that's true or not, but for those who don't walk the ramp, aircraft have steering bypass pins on them, mostly mainline aircraft. And that is used as basically a thing where we bypass the steering so that the landing gear cannot be turned when it's at the gate, because otherwise it's a safety issue that could happen there, or we could break a tow bar or something like that. So we put in a steering bypass pin, or some aircraft have an electronic steering bypass pin. We just push a switch, and it basically bypasses the hydraulic steering to the nose gear, and therefore the gear cannot turn when it's parked at the gate. It's a safety feature, and then we turn it off after we push back the aircraft. And what I've heard is this aircraft does not have a bypass pin, so that's actually pretty cool. Anywho, great plane. The model looks super nice. I'm really excited to add this to my rapidly growing Gemini 200 Delta collection, which I'm really excited to put on display. Next up, we have some really cool planes. I had already opened this box because I wasn't sure what was in here, but then I realized, oh, these are planes, so I need to save them for the massive unboxing. But here we have two planes from Waffle Collectibles, a store that I don't usually buy from, but they had a couple exclusives I really wanted, and so here they are. You can see that they are Boeing 737s, so you might be able to guess what these are. These are highly anticipated models, and of course Waffle using that classic paper, just newspaper they stuff in here. So here are the planes. They are two Boeing 737s. This one is the Arizona 1, which apparently they made two of. I didn't realize it, but they apparently made two, and I got the one with standard winglets. I need to get the splits one at some point. And then the second one here is Lone Star 1, which this one will be better than the Gemini version for soy. Here we go. Lone Star Arizona 1, both models, great planes. So let's unbox these. They do have the standard Panda box design. Not really a whole lot to them, but you've seen this design on other exclusives from Panda models. So here is the Lone Star 1, really gorgeous looking airplane. And of course the Panda 737 mold is maybe the best. It competes with the NG mold for the best mold, but they're both outstanding in my opinion. Here it is, gorgeous. It's got that new plane smell, I love it already, great model. And then we have Lone Star 1. These are very tightly packed models. Oh, very tight. There she is, Lone Star 1, a plane I've seen twice. Once at Des Moines and once at Atlanta. I believe when I saw it both times at the splits, I'm not sure. I saw it first time in July 2019 at Des Moines, and then the second time in Atlanta in September 2021. Here's the plane, really nice model. Taking a close look at the models, here we have the Arizona 1. It says Arizona 1 on the nose. We have the cockpit windows, the L1 door, and then we have the flag of Arizona with the beautiful sun, so its gorgeous rays all over the aircraft. As typical, Southwest usually puts the flag on the aircraft and it looks so good. Got red hubcaps, even have the flag going on the engines, and of course the gray winglets, which they use for the specials. They also have gray pylons on the specials as well, and of course we have the special hard tail, which looks more like a little swoop here. Of course, we have the registration, which is 955 Whiskey November. And then next up, we have the Lone Star 1, a plane I've also seen in Des Moines. I believe I saw this one, I want to say was May 2021. Actually, no, June 2021. But of course, we have the Star of Texas and the red and white portion of the flag. And they also show the flag waving, which looks so cool. Of course, same details. This one is November 931 Whiskey November. Great plane. I have a picture of this on Jet Photos. Of course, red hubcaps again. Really nice detail. I really like the underbody detail on this one. And of course, I like how they have the wing root, which is really accurate, which I've talked about in my review of the Panda Southwest 737 standard livery, which RM released. Or RM models sold the Panda exclusive. And so yeah, pretty cool plane. Very good one. And I'm really happy to see all of these exclusives because I really do think that exclusives are the future of the hobby in most likelihood. Alright, next up, this would be the second of 3 CRJ-900s I ordered for Panda models. I ordered 3 Delta CRJ-900s from them, from the Gemini 200 variant, and I ordered 3 from the RM Model Store. RM Model Store was able to deliver all 3. Panda Fox Toys was not. They delivered 2 of the 3 that I requested, and this would be the second one right here. So here is the model itself. Yes, that is the Delta CRJ-900. Oh no, they were actually able to deliver all 3. Let's go! Here it is. We have all 3 Delta CRJ-900s. I didn't realize they actually shipped the final 2. I'm not going to show the front right now because that has my receipt in it. Actually, let me take that out and then we'll open these. They did actually deliver all of them. Yes, I'm super happy. So I do have 6 Delta CRJ-900s. Look at that. I got 6 Gemini 200 CRJ-900s. Now this particular airplane, 821 Sierra Kilo, is a special plane to me because it was the very first aircraft I ever worked on as a ramp agent. And I remember the thing I did with it, I didn't do a whole lot because I was still in ramp class at the time, but I hooked up power to it and I did a couple other things, but this is a very special plane to me. It was back when we actually had SkyWest service from Minneapolis. Now we don't really have SkyWest service from Minneapolis. But yeah, very cool airplane. Let's unbox these. I'm going to put these on display for Soy. Let's see how the condition of these. Since I've already shown this model very early on in the unboxing, I'm just going to unbox them. That one's in good shape. And I'm going to put them out here on display. So yeah, another really good shape model. Great plane. I'm really happy to have this one. Ah, yes, I did get all 6. Let's go. Second one. That was a surprise. I wasn't expecting that. That was a really pleasant surprise. Second one also looks great. Yes, oh, this model is so cool. Fun fact, CRJs and Delta regional jets don't have the Delta belly, so it is accurate not to have that feature. Alright, next up we have a plane that I bought from a YouTuber, Derek777, and he was actually the first person to do a really massive unboxing on YouTube. I think his was 47 planes, and then Red River Aviation did his massive unboxing, which had, I want to say it was 52 or 55 planes. I'd have to watch the video again to see what the total was, but it was a lot. And then this video should break that record once again. But here we have a model I bought from Derek777. He had a plane for sale, and it's one that I really could use. So let's take a look at it. You might be wondering why I'm opening these boxes from the bottom. That's because I don't really want to be showing people's addresses or anything like that. So, if I do see that there's an address shown, I'll just end up blowing it out in post-production. But interesting way of packaging this. We have a second box. We have a box in a box. There we go. Alright, and this model is the Gemini Jet Air Canada ERJ-170, operated by Sky Regional Airlines. Now, funny thing is, right about the time I ordered this plane, Air Canada announced they were terminating their contract with Sky Regional Airlines, and instead they would be consolidating the Sky Regional brand into the Jazz Aviation brand. So this model is not exactly as accurate as it was at the time that I bought the model, but it was one that I needed at the time because both Raleigh and Atlanta were flying these aircraft in. Now they've gone back to using CRJs, of course, which are planes I actually have a decent number of. I still need to get the new livery CRJ-200, but this one is the 170, and you can see this one was sold at the airplane shop in Miami for $39.95, which I think is a bit of a rip-off, but you know, I'm not going to question people's buying decisions in that case. I just wouldn't have done it myself. Oh, slight issue. See that there? Like, we got another Gemini kit models today. I'll see if I can just put it together so we can do a quick look at it though. But yes, Gemini kit models once again. So here is the aircraft, and we have the nose cone, we have the cockpit windows which have the black mask around them, we have the L1 door, the Air Canada Express titles. Of course, this is an ERJ-175. Most of these ERJs with the old winglets were delivered as a 170. However, some airlines did opt for the 175, including Sky Regional, and Delta Airlines did opt for a few of the 175s. Those are currently operated by SkyWest, but I believe they were ordered by somebody else. But anyway, here's the plane. Looks really nice. Plenty of decent detail on it. The quality of this mold from Gemini is actually pretty decent. Not the most detailed model in the world, but it's actually really good for a regional jet. They actually put the correct amount of detail for the most part on here. So, good plane. But yes, Gemini kit models once again. I'm sure this happened just in shipping, so I'm not too concerned about it. But of course I'm gonna sew it with the wing attached because Gemini kit models, you know, we gotta keep that meme going. We have just 2 boxes left to go in this unboxing. It's crazy to think of how awesome this unboxing has been, and I hope you all have enjoyed the journey so far. But we have 2 boxes left, and this is one of them right here. So this is a model that I bought from Funny Airplane Models. It is, alright, so here is the plane. This is a model I bought from Funny Airplane Models, and it is a Northwest CRJ-200. Of course, more newspaper, another retailer that loves his newspaper. Northwest Airlink CRJ-200. I flew one of these from Des Moines to Memphis in 2004. So of course I had to get a model of it. The box art is beautiful. They actually made 2 of these. At some point I'd like to get both of them. I believe these are, as it says on the box, the Bombardier CRJ-440. You might wonder what that was. It was a variant of the CRJ-100-200 series. I believe this one had a higher passenger capacity, although someone can confirm or deny that in the comments. So here's the plane itself. Let's unbox it. A plane I'm very excited about because I've always wanted this model. And I'm really happy that NG released it, and not only released one, but released 2 of them, because these were operated by 2 different operators, and so they made 2 of them to represent both the operators. This aircraft here, November 8974 Charlie, is one of the Mesaba operated aircraft, and it is a pretty cool plane. It says Northwest Airlink there. We have an antenna, copper windows, really nice detail once again on this NG CRJ-200. Of course, all 3 antennas up front, a hallmark of all CRJs. Registration, got the only bin door there, got the gear, which of course has the wheels a little bit behind the landing gear. You'll see that on some other aircraft like the ERJ-145 has that as well. The NWA tail, and I just love the silver color on this. This looks decently accurate. I like how silvery and shiny it is, kind of like the real Northwest looked. So this is actually a really accurate color scheme here that NG did. Super nicely detailed model, and a great plane to add to the collection. Alright, we have one last box. Now this one, I don't quite remember what this one was. But we're going to unbox it. We're about to find out here in just a second. Okay, and I'm kind of seeing what the model was, and I now remember what it is. So I bought some planes from Epic Aviation 47. He has a great Instagram account. He has really nice photos on jet photos and such, and he has some model planes that he was selling, and I bought some from him, and they are all 777-200s. That's the theme of this box, all 777-200s, and here they are. Here's the first one. This is a Delta 777-200 LR. This is the 2007 release, so one that I don't have yet. Behind that, we have the KLM 777-200. They fly these into Atlanta, so I thought I should pick it up. This is the 2004 release, so kind of a hard one to find. Okay, next model. This one is a Delta Airlines L1011. It's a pretty rare model from what I've heard. This is the L1011-500. Really cool plane. It's not quite fully in its box, but that probably happened in shipping. And finally, we have a plane I've always wanted, an LO Boeing 777. Now, Gemini Jets did recently do a re-release of this plane, but this is the classic release from 2003, so I'm really glad I picked this up. And the L1011 was released all the way back in 1999, one of their very first models they ever made, so that's really cool. So let's do the L1011 first. This is a classic plane in the Delta Airlines fleet, and one that has been very popular to collect for a long time. Now this model, if I remember, is very difficult to pick up. This one has been sitting on the shelf for a little while. You can see it has some wear on it, some yellowing has occurred on it and such, but it's still a cool plane. I got a good price for it. Wow, they used old molding methods on this one. We next have our fleet of 777s. We have the LO 777. This one's the 2003 release. I'm really glad to pick this plane up. I really want to get the fleet of LO 7879s. I want to get all 3 NG releases, but that's probably not going to happen for a little while, or it'll be sometime in the future. This one is in better shape than the L1011. Still a little bit of yellowing on the model. That sort of thing can happen when this has been in a collection for a long time. Yeah, some yellowing on this side. But still, this would be a really nice addition to the collection. We next have the 2004 release, KLM 777. This is a model that I can use basically right away, as these do fly into Atlanta. KLM either currently uses the A330, 777-200, or 777-300. They have quite a variety of planes they use. This one is in better shape, yeah, much better shape than the other two. No yellowing on this model at all, looks to be way better. Finally, the newest model in this pair, or group of 4, is the Delta 777 from 2007. Very cool plane, I'm really excited to pick this one. And this was another model to celebrate the new livery, as it says upwards and onwards. There you can see it's a little tag for new livery. The new livery for the new Delta. Pretty cool. So this is one of their first aircraft they had in the new livery. It's the 777-200. And of course, Gemini did a special release for it. I think this was also one of their first 777-200 LR releases that they did. I think they had an Ethiopian as well about the same time that this model was released. Really cool plane. Has 2 pieces of plastic. Of course, the nose plastic they were doing at the time. Ooh, this one has some really bad paint bubbling on it. Wow. Of course, some of these older Gemini models did have some issues, but this one's kind of beat up. I'll show you that in detail here in a second. Alright, let's take a look at the details of these models, and we're going to start the most disappointing of the 4. We have the Delta 777. And this is the LR 2007 release, the very first one they made in this new livery. You can see there's quite a bit of paint that's, I won't call peeling, it's more like, what is it? It's like popping. It's like bubbling. I would call it bubbling, paint bubbling. It looks really bad, particularly here in the front of the model. Now this is something that some older Gemini Jets models are known to have, but this one, oh, it's really bad on this one. Yeah, other than that, it's a standard 777-200 LR that Gemini Jets made without rolling gear, which I'm totally cool with. It looks really good. This new livery, or at the time new livery, looked really good. Nice plane. The mold is actually really solid. You can see the wing details really good. Lots of details. I mean, really actually a pretty solid mold overall. So it's really sad this one has paint bubbling. If it wasn't for that, this would be a really, really nice model. Next one is also a cool model, and this one is the Delta L1011-500 by Gemini Jets. Very nice model. It does have some paint fade, but other than that, it's a good model in great shape. Delta titles, of course, the classic widget and the classic black nose, which I really like on this one. L2 door, landing light there in the wing root. Of course, has the widget on the engine. Got our rear 2 emergency exits, registration, and of course the tail. You can see a little bit of paint fading. It's kind of hard to see here in the bright sunlight, which is what you want, but there is some paint fade. You can see right there, L2 door, decent amount of paint fade there. More paint fade on this side, so I suspect this model is actually in the sun for a little bit. That's probably how this happened. But other than that, it looks pretty good. This one's registered as November 740 Delta Alpha. Really nice airplane. Nice one to add. I've always wanted Delta L1011, so it's nice to have this one in my collection. Next, we have the LR 777-200ER, very cool aircraft for an awesome airline. Another Middle Eastern airline has been added to my collection. I actually have an LR 747 in 1/200 scale, but not any in 1/400 scale, so hopefully I'll change that. L2 door, LR titles. We got basically the flag of Israel here. You can see the top stripes, and then the bottom stripes pop up again. I guess that's actually the bottom stripe then that comes up here, comes up with the bottom stripe, top stripe, and the Star of David. We have 777-200 and the registration. For X-Ray Echo Charlie Alpha is this registration. Once again, no rolling wheels, but that's totally fine for me. Wing details pretty good on the 777-200ER, and another nice model. Finally, we have the KLM 777-200ER. Now, this is the best of the four. This is in excellent condition. This is why I consider true collectible condition. So it's really good that I did get one excellent model. Obviously, I got a pretty good price on these, so I'm okay with the condition of it. I'm just kind of disappointed with a couple of them. So, KLM titles, L1, L2 door. We have the engines, which I believe these are actually the GE90s. I'm not sure. Once again, no rolling wheels. And we have the wing detail, which is pretty good. L3 door, L4 door, KLM, and European Union flag. Registration is Papa Hotel, that's Bravo Quebec Alpha. KLM titles, they're on the tail. Really nicely done. These old Gemini molds are actually pretty decent, and considering how old they are, I'm actually pretty happy with them. Another great model, one I'm going to use in my Atlanta videos when I start those back up here pretty soon. So yeah, great model and a nice addition to the collection. And that concludes Massive Unboxing 10. 63 models total in this video, and then I also had an additional 5 models in previous videos I did as pre-logs to this video, but we're just going to count it as 63 planes. And we're now going to do some beauty shots as we look at these planes. There were 6 Delta CRJ-900s in this one, but I only have 5 in this beauty shot reel because the other plane is at the other house, not here at my new apartment. But there are 62 planes in the nice little lineup, and there are 63 unboxed. Hey, it's editing Citrus Aviation from the future, and I wanted to comment that there were actually 66 planes in this unboxing. I didn't show 3 of the Gemini Jets August releases in this final scene that you're going to see here. So the Astrojet 737-800, the American Max 8, and the Southwest Lone Star 1 from Gemini Jets are not shown in the scene. So in total, this massive unboxing included 66 planes and not 63, as I will say in the video. But still, what an incredible achievement and unboxing this was. I really appreciate all of you for coming along. I really hope you all enjoyed this video so much, and again I want to thank Derek 777X and Red River Aviation for being the pioneers in this segment and for making massive unboxings as incredible as they are. This video was made possible by the fact that I didn't really do unboxings for the last 4 or 5 months, and so I just kept the models and I started unboxing them, and so now by the time this video is going out, it would have been about 6 or 7 months, but 6 or 7 months worth of collecting, all put together here in one video. And I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope y'all enjoyed the ride. I really want to thank y'all so much for watching and for making these videos possible, because if you didn't watch these videos, this unboxing wouldn't have happened. So I want to thank y'all so much for watching the videos and for helping to finance these. So thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and God bless you.